Jesus Christ.
tomorrow.
It's taking us forever.
Taking us, it seems like forever. Tomorrow, Miami Heat, Boston Celtics, 2:00 tip off. Let's go.
Ain't nobody care about that game.
All the Heat fans that say, we don't get enough national exposure. You get the crappiest national exposure games ever. Christmas Day at 8:00. Tomorrow at 2:00. You want a national exposure? You got it. I can't say much. The Pelicans got some national exposure last night against the Lakers and got exposed, but that was nasty. Whew. So let's talk about the big game. Tonight, Panthers, Avalanche. Woo! Vamos Gatos. Maybe not. Okay. No more joking around. Let's talk about it. Kansas City, San Francisco, tomorrow, 6:30 kickoff. Las Vegas. Viva Las Vegas. Taylor Swift going to be all over the place. Usher going to be doing the halftime show. Travis Kelce, Patrick Mahomes, CMC, Christian McCaffrey, Brock Purdy, Brandon Ayuk, George Kittle, Andy Reid, Kyle Shanahan following in his old man's footsteps, trying to win at least one, if not two, back-to-back. Woo! I don't know about you, Vlad, but I am very excited about this game tomorrow.
I just want this damn game over with, man. They got to stop with the 2 weeks off.
You're sour, man. Who cares?
It's not sour. I'm happy that the game is there, but it's just like I've heard 14 days of people just talking about the game. Like, just get to the game already.
Bring it on, baby. Bring it on. Nah, let's go.
And it's like 20 hours of pregame starting from right now.
It's right now. You and I are actually part of the national pregame show for the Super Bowl. It just doesn't stop unless you want to watch LSU and Alabama play men's basketball right now.
I watch LSU women play.
Yeah, that's true. LSU's men's team. There you go. Winning 16-13 at the Pete Maravich Assembly Center in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. That's exciting right there. All right, so it is a big weekend, though. The Miami Heat have, quote-unquote, found some scoring against the Orlando Magic on Tuesday. They got 121 points with the new, quote-unquote, starting lineup, although we've had 27 different starting lineups this year. Then against the San Antonio Spurs, never mind the Spurs aren't the greatest team in the world, sans Victor Wembanyama. Heat score 116 points. Have they figured things out? We will find out tomorrow at 2:00 when they play the big boys. 40, correct me if I'm wrong, they are 40-14, 40-12, I'm sorry, Boston Celtics. The big bad Boston Celtics come to town. And if you're a Heat fan feeling yourself and you thinking you're going to score another 120 points, if you score another 120 points, you got some things figured out. If you get manhandled by the Celtics, well, you've got some things to figure out. Either way, the Heat, big one right there. Whew, Celtics coming to town. Celtics are really, really good. I didn't know they were going to be this good this year. Should be a fun one right there, though. The Heat, though, starting to get healthy. They got the new starting lineup. I like the starting lineup, Vlad. I don't know about you. The new, quote-unquote, starting lineup with, of course, you got Terry Rozier, Tyler Hero, Caleb Martin, Bam Adebayo, and Jimmy Butler. It's the way it should be.
Well, you knew who your three were going to be, just to see if Terry was going to be there. And I think everybody's been waiting for Caleb to be healthy enough so that he could play the undersized four.
Things are good. Terry Rozier figuring things out.
But, we'll see. Here's the thing with the Heat. The Heat are that's why I said that the fans were going to be tormented this season. Remember when I said this? It's like, oh, are you going to be happy with a season where they're doing good and you're like, oh, everything's good? Or what if they struggle like they did last year? Or are you going to hit the panic button? Because if you did, you saw what happened. They got to the NBA Finals last season. So the Heat are...
I didn't fall for it, Vlad.
You can't be up. The thing about it is, I think there's one thing. I think if you're a fan of the Heat, you don't want to go through the playing game. You just want to make sure that you know that you're in the playoffs. You're good. You got that week off. You don't have to struggle to try to play one game to get in. I think that's the fear. But injuries have happened once again.
That's every team.
But this team is almost every year, though.
Well, that's another thing. Well, if it weren't for the injuries, if it happens every single year, that's kind of part of your MO right there.
Which is why they, hang on, get their act together towards the end of the season. And then if they get in the postseason, nobody wants to face them. Like I was talking to a friend of mine. I was like, I'm not as a Knicks fan, I'm not afraid of anybody on top. I'm afraid of the teams in the lower seeds, because any of those teams, you don't want to face the Heat in a first round series. You don't even want to face the Hawks in the first round series. Have Trae Young might bust your ass for for 30 for 2-3 games. Like, you don't want to face these type of teams. So I think the Heat would want to get one of the 6, get a week off so they can prepare properly and go on a run.
I didn't fall for it, Vlad. I told you. Spo said this is a playoff caliber team, championship caliber team. Jimmy Butler said they were going. I'm not playing this game where I start freaking out when they lose a bunch of games or get really high when they win a bunch of games. I'm just sticking to what they told me. I'm staying with it. Like you said, this team is conducive to the playoffs where the game slows down. It's about defense. Every possession counts a little more. Playing for the playoffs. Same thing with the Panthers. Although the Panthers have been good this year, I'm not falling for that. I'm not getting too high, not getting too low. Paul Maurice, we trust you now. You have sold us last year. We're good. So just take a deep breath, relax, and somewhat enjoy the ride, although those losing streaks are not very fun. But yeah, I will say this. These are the scary seeds that you really don't want to face in the playoffs, because if you start getting behind, start feeling a lot of pressure. The Miami Heat won because they've got the pedigree to do it, and they've got a good team, and they've got Jimmy Butler, and they got Eric Spoelstra. Number 2, the Indiana Pacers, because they can score 1 billion points.
Not worried about the Pacers.
You don't worry about the Pacers now. Nobody's worried about the Pacers.
Because what you said, they could score 1 million points, but they can also give up 1 million, 2 points.
I'm not saying they're going to make a run into the deep end, but they can win a series, I think.
It depends. It's all about playoff matchups. I think to put it this way, you think Miami faced Milwaukee, Miami's scared?
I don't think Miami is scared. I think maybe it should be less.
No, Miami's not scared. You think Miami faced the Knicks? You think Miami's scared of the Knicks? You think Miami's scared of Boston? You think Miami's scared of Philadelphia? I don't think Miami's scared of Boston. They beat Boston.
No. Okay. Should you be, or are they scared? I don't think Miami's scared.
I don't think anybody should be scared of anyone. There's no dominant. There's no dominant. And what?
40-12?
And that's only 5 games better than Cleveland right now.
Okay.
So it's not Boston's. I've seen this story before. We've seen
only 5 games.
We've seen Tatum and Brown. Yeah,
52 games in, only 5 games.
Right. They had a great. They started off the year very well, and then they fell back to the pack.
Watch out for the Bucks. They got a win last night. They're second under Doc Rivers in 7 games against the Hornets.
So no, I don't think anybody should be. I don't think anybody's dominant, both East or West. I don't think there's any dominant team. It's not like when you go in the season like Golden State's gonna win it, or Bron and the Heat, or Bron and the Cavs. Nah, any team, whether it's in the West, you could have a young team like Minnesota, OKC come out the West.
The problem with Minnesota and OKC is the lack of experience. That would be your biggest worry.
Okay, but they're young, they're talented, and who knows? It's all about matchups. But if we're talking about,
it's about guys getting injured, like Giannis Antetokounmpo getting hurt in the first game against the Heat last year.
He came back.
I know he came back.
I
don't know, man. The Celtics. Woo!
Celtics what?
Woo!
Celtics were down 3-0 to the Heat.
I'm talking about this year.
And I've seen this every season.
Okay. I look at 40-12. I look at what they're doing.
And
they're a very good team.
I mean, Milwaukee's 31. They were 30-12, and they wanted to fire their coach. They got rid of their coach. So it's everybody's.
It's a narrative everybody does. We ain't scared of nobody.
No, it's parody. No,
I hear it all, man.
Because
stand for what it stands for. They're 8-2 in the last 10 games. They've won 3. They got a 7.69 winning percentage.
Okay,
Boston Celtics.
What did
they got superstars. They've got guys all over the place.
And they have Joe Mazzulla as their coach.
They do have Joe Mazzulla as their coach.
Yeah.
More experience, though. They've
They've
got a revenge factor on the Heat.
Whatever.
I'll say that from last year.
Whatever. First of all, they would have to face each other in the playoffs. And second of all, we've seen what happened so far. The last time they were here, they whooped that ass.
Mm-hmm.
They did beat you down. So I think tomorrow, if you're talking about revenge factor, I think tomorrow the Heat have to show up just to let them know, like, hey, what you saw before wasn't who we are.
It really depends on, is this offense, is this new starting lineup, is this more healthy team starting to find their groove and score some points? It's hard to tell. I mean, yeah, you had a really good game the other night. Got 121 points against Orlando, who's a good team. You got it at home. The Spurs, who are not a very good team, you put 116 up on them, but starting to show signs. we'll wait and see. We'll see. Should be interesting to see what ends up happening. Tomorrow night's a good test. We'll see.
Tomorrow afternoon. Tomorrow night, there's something that's going to
Oh,
be.
yeah, that's right. We get shafted at 2 o'clock on Super Bowl Sunday. Really? Really?
Well, at least you get to enjoy the game.
Yeah. I'll enjoy it. Super Bowl kicks off tomorrow at 6:30 between the Chiefs and the 49ers. It's a rematch of the 2020 Super Bowl here in Miami. It could be Patrick Mahomes' third championship. Interesting.
Lines moved up, bro.
They still favoring the 49ers?
Yeah. 2.5 now.
I don't know what's going on. I mean, yeah, I can see why. They've got players all over the place, but both teams, you never know. Just seems like every year, Kansas City, what's wrong with them? They don't have what it takes. Watch out for the Eagles. Everybody picks the Eagles, and Kansas City finds a way. We'll see. Panthers and Avalanche face off tonight at Amerant Bank Arena at 6 o'clock. Both teams have 32 wins on the season. Both
could be a Stanley Cup preview. I like the Avs a lot.
The Avalanche only 2 years removed from winning the Stanley Cup. And of course, the Panthers a year removed from playing in the Stanley Cup finals.
Nathan McKinnon. Good game tonight.
The Heat, they do play that Super Bowl matinee, 2 o'clock against the Celtics. They will do so without RJ Hampton, who they recently cut. Did you see this, Vlad?
Well, is H going to play?
I don't know right now. That's kind of up in the air. Let's see. Did you see this, though? Kind of something nasty. Celtics center Al Horford's sister wants a Heat fan banned for life from NBA games after video emerged of the guy going back and forth with the Clippers guard Russell Westbrook at a game and saying, as they were going back and forth, I paid for these seats, and called him a name that you probably shouldn't call somebody.
You dropped the N-bomb?
No, the less dangerous one that begins with a B.
Oh, he called him a female dog?
No. A little more racial than that.
You called him a boy?
Yeah.
Oh, that's nasty.
Yeah. I always catch myself when I'm like, that right there is my dog right there. I removed that word from my vernacular. I have lost the privilege, not because I've ever misused it, but just because of who I am, to use that word. Nope, never, ever.
Yeah, well, nasty work. And he was a Heat fan, huh?
Yeah.
And he said it to Russell last Sunday?
Russell Westbrook, yeah.
Russell Westbrook on Sunday?
Yeah, and there's video of it online. So
and you can hear it. It's audible.
Yeah, it's hard to deny. Yeah. I don't know. I look at it two sides. I don't want to get into it too deep. Number one, that is not acceptable. But number two, there is something called freedom of speech in this country. So I think what the best, you know what? Neither Tua Tagovailoa nor Damar Hamlin have been named AP Comeback Player of the Year. That's a surprise. Instead, it went to Joe Flacco.
It deserved to go to Joe Flacco.
Okay, one guy came back from death.
Did he play?
He was on the team. He played.
He made what? He played. Dude, Joe Flacco, after missing 10 weeks of the season, had more plays than Damar Hamlin played in the whole season. There were games Damar Hamlin even dressed.
Man came down from death. He came down from heaven.
Come on, man.
To play football.
Come on.
Tua Tagovailoa.
What, he finally
had
learned
huge concussion problems.
So what, he learned how to fall?
Didn't
he
get
took
hurt.
jiu-jitsu?
I don't know about all that.
The jiu-jitsu deserved Comeback Player of the Year, not Tua. Stop, man. Joe Flacco deserved that.
These awards really, I mean, they're nice. I do appreciate them, but I mean, do they really mean, like, is that something at the end of the day you're like, man, want a Comeback Player of the Year?
And do you really want to Comeback Player of the Year, Tua? Like, yes, I came back because I actually lasted the whole season.
Yeah.
I was healthy for a year. Nah, man.
Tyreek Hill came in second for Offensive Player of the Year and sixth in MVP voting.
Second in Offensive Player of the Year. I think if he got 2,000, he would have been first. He would have won the award.
Oh, yeah. You can't deny. You can't deny it. That's a Nate Dogg, R.I.P.
Fab.
What a
Fab
song,
and Nate.
man. What a song. Here's some good stuff right now. Hurricanes greats Devin Hester and Andre Johnson will be inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame later this year. They will be the 10th and 11th from the U honored.
Congratulations to both. I'm happy for Devin Hester. I do know that a lot of people who I want to see what's going to happen now. Are they going to allow a lot of special team specialists in the Hall of Fame? Because there were certain guys who I want to say led the path for what Devin eventually became. and they're not in the hall.
Like Brian
But
Mitchell. Oh, I think Brian Mitchell is in.
yeah, no, I don't know. I don't think
No.
Brian Mitchell's in. I don't
Okay.
think Eric Metcalf. Remember, because I know Leroy was talking about Eric Metcalf. If you look at Eric Metcalf's numbers and you look at Devin Hester numbers, they're both the same. I know a lot, Dante Hall, guys like that. But Devin Hester's impact on that Chicago Bears team that went to the Super Bowl and lost to the Colts here in Miami.
Yeah.
I think he's the second player to ever return a kickoff. I know he's probably with the opening kickoff.
Opening kickoff.
Yeah, bro.
That was hilarious, man. I don't know why I laughed so hard.
Congratulations to him.
All right.
And congratulations to Dre, man. Andre Johnson was one of the best wide receivers in college and in the NFL. Quiet, and don't mess with him, man. Cortland Finnegan found out the hard way.
Historic fight right
Cortland
there.
Finnegan found out that when they say Andre Johnson got hands, it's not only for receiving.
Man, Cortland Finnegan, nasty. I'm the nastiest man in football. Oops.
Bang, bang, bang. Dre beat him like a
He didn't knock him out, I don't think.
No, but he threw some hands. Like there was nasty intentions with each swing. And they connected. He's lucky he had a helmet on.
Don't start no stuff, won't be no stop. Didn't he take his helmet off though and hit him too? It was nasty. Speaking of nasty, though, I don't know why we're gonna get into it because you got to. The Beijing Football Association has canceled 2 friendlies against Argentina and Nigeria following the fallout of Lionel Messi not playing when Inter Miami took on Hong Kong the other day. The Herons, they're going to take on Messi's first team, Argentina's Newell's Old Boys, Thursday, 7:30 at Drive Pink Stadium. Bet you Messi plays in that one. Now that would be something. You want to see something? You think I just sat out because it was Hong Kong? I'm gonna sit out against my old team.
But no, if you sit out against his old team, then everybody's got to shut up.
Yeah, but this is the thing. Once again, Vlad, when have you ever bought a ticket in a team sport to see an individual player? When has their name ever been written on the ticket? Never. So if you go and buy a ticket, you're going to see Inter Miami and Hong Kong 4. Not Lionel Messi, not Luis Suarez, not anybody else. Now, I know there's understanding. And then the promoter in Hong Kong is giving partial refunds. If I was the promoter, I'd tell them, jump in a lake. They did not buy a ticket that said Lionel Messi. They bought a ticket that said Inter Miami. We've warned you. Do not buy tickets to see individual players. If you want to see an individual, you go to their book signing, their barbecue sauce signing, their showing up at El Car Wash, whatever it might be. If you go and buy a ticket to a game between 2 teams and the player you want to see doesn't play, tough, you know what?
Tatas.
There you go. Am I right? Am I wrong?
Hey, man, listen. Unless Inter was getting extra money.
Unless there was a contract written up that
Unless
said
there was a contract that was
written
that, at least, 5 minutes or whatever. Yeah, I can understand that. But he's an athlete. Yeah. He might be hurt.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Let's say he is seriously hurt. Hong Kong's all mad because he didn't go risk the rest of his life. And I mean, when I say life, healthy life, that maybe he could blow out something in his knee and not be able to walk correct again. We wanted to see him play in a friendly. That doesn't mean anything. No, garbage.
But it means everything for them, but who cares? Nothing for Inter.
Look, Hong Kong people probably aren't hurting that bad. It's one of the richest countries in the world.
Somebody had to pay for it. The Chinese streets needed a body. China streets needed a body.
They want Messi's body.
Yeah, I mean, clearly somebody had to,
Oh, man. Speaking of hot, though, Venezuela defeated the Dominican Republic 3-0 in the Serie del Caribe final last night.
Are you saying hot because there was just beautiful people out in the stands?
That was some nice. I was watching the game last night at Duffy's in Plantation when I was DJing, and they had some nice looking people in the crowd. But it was a great crowd, sold out, packed, raucous, fun, interesting. That whole series was absolutely awesome. We're going to get into it a little bit because I think there's some misconceptions about the Serie del Caribe that I want to break down, but I don't want to do it right now because it's going to be too complicated. It's the 8th for Venezuela, so congratulations. I know I have a lot of Venezuelan friends. Congratulations to them. Canes men's basketball team, they host 3rd-ranked North Carolina today at 4. Miami's won the past 2 against the Tar Heels.
Oh, it playing Carolina today?
Yeah, 4 o'clock. Watsco Center. Metro Rail Boys represent.
I'm going to the Duke game.
Okay. Sounds good.
I'm missing the Carolina game. Damn it.
Got things to do.
I gotta work.
I hear that. With that being said, let's real quick take a step into the day spa.
Meaning I have to do the game.
There, good job. A 23-year-old Taylor Swift fan has warned her boyfriend that if anyone at his Super Bowl party says anything negative about T Sweezy, she will swiftly leave the party.
Oh, immediately then say something.
I know that's what you tell your friends, yo, dude. Go ahead and say what you got to say.
First of all, if you see my title, leave Taylor Swift alone.
Oh, I have not seen it yet.
That's the title. Leave Taylor Swift. I have no problem with the girl, right? But her fans are a little obnoxious and annoying.
I mean, all fans.
And no, that's what I hate. That's what all the highs when I like. Come on now.
The highs
For her to
bad.
for
Don't
her
say
to
nothing bad
say
about Beyonce. We'll
for
beat your
her to
ass.
say, first of all, whose house is throwing this party? Is it his
Your
house?
boyfriend, yeah.
So
He shouldn't want his friends to say bad things because then he can have a party without his girlfriend.
no,
there.
exactly. But how's she making the rules? Like, mine.
Oh, how is she making the rules? She's
Mine.
his girlfriend.
And
that's how things
hey,
work.
mine. This is my yeah. Guess what? This is my last day. This is my last night until I have to start actually caring about you for the weekends. You know, that's the great thing about September to February. But for 20 weekends, we're not doing much.
I think she's a good girlfriend.
No,
she's
she's
giving
not.
him an out. She's giving him an out.
No, she's well, obviously she's giving him out, but she should have never voiced it. Ma, I don't need to hear that from you.
It's an easy out. Hey,
no,
I'm out of here if someone says something bad
this
about
is a
Taylor
Super Bowl
Swift.
party. If they want to say something bad about Taylor, let them say something bad about Taylor, and that's it.
This guy keep his hands clean. Look, it's easy. You do this number. You know someone's gonna say something bad, so really you might as well not come.
Is she really gonna come on, man? Women say that just to see.
She doesn't want to go to this party anyway, so she's trying to find a way out anyway.
She definitely want to go to the party because she's a Taylor fan. They're gonna watch, bro. They're gonna have at least 17. They should be an over/under.
There is
a prop bet on how many times CBS will show Taylor Swift.
There is.
What's the prop bet?
I don't know. I don't bet. I don't gamble except with my life on the weekends when I'm drinking and doing whatever else I'm doing. So
this guy,
telling you. Dan Marino recently had some interesting stuff to say about Tua Tagovailoa. Uncle Dan. Oh, we'll dive into that next here on Sports Day 560 WQAM.
There we are, 24/7.
Oh! Oh! Will Little John make an appearance with Usher at the halftime show tomorrow?
Absolutely.
Hell yeah. This is an all-time banger. If aliens come down tonight and say, we want a party, this is on my playlist. To introduce them to partying in the Third Rock from the Sun. Telling you, man, Usher tomorrow, that's going to be a hot one. You know what you're going to hear too, Vlad? I forgot how many hits he had. I forgot. They always do that. Usher's got a ton.
No.
Ton of hits.
Hold on. My people will not be saying that. My people know that he got hits. So the question will be what hits he doesn't play. Remember, it's only 12 minutes you have.
Oh, but you got that quick little montage where you do
Yeah.
let it burn. Yeah.
But then you gotta play the hits, you know. You gotta play.
Yeah.
No, well, yeah, you definitely gonna.
What's a definite? What are 2 or 3 definites that you have to play?
Here's the thing. There's certain songs that people will want him to play, but you can't play it because you don't want to lighten up, romanticize
you got it.
the Super Bowl.
You can't play. You got it.
You're gonna play "Oh My God."
Yeah, you got to play. Yeah, but
you gotta play.
The whole thing though. You don't have to play the whole thing.
You gotta play Usher. DJ got us falling in love.
Good baby tonight.
But you can't do Confessions, can you?
I'm saying like
unless the remix.
You can do the quick little like half a song.
You gotta do You Remind Me. You gotta do You Remind Me. You gotta do You Remind Me.
You do some of the quick little like hits, like most rap.
You gotta do You Got It Bad, but You Got It Bad is not really.
Well, that's why you can't do the whole thing. You gotta go in there. You got it bad, and then dun 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 dun. Yeah. You
gotta do You Make Me Wanna.
There's an ebb and flow, man.
Nah, man.
Let it burn. You gotta let it burn.
Do you really want to do Let It Burn in the Super Bowl?
I do want to let it burn.
Well, people might.
And you have fire going off.
People might let it burn at the Super Bowl. It's Vegas. Awesome. It is, Raider country.
It's gonna be awesome. Yeah, let's let it burn.
Can't wait. Actually, probably one of the few halftime acts that men were actually gonna.
I love all the halftime acts.
Not all of them.
I've loved all of them.
Not all of them. It's usually a smoke break.
No, man, that's always a hang out, talk, drink, watch the game.
Yeah, that's usually a smoke break.
Talk, drink, enjoy. One of the things I also love about the Super Bowl is Radio Row. I just love the sheer like selloutness of it. You'll get a guy out there who, like, I don't know. Let's just throw out a name. Theoretically, Mariano Rivera will come on to radio. Jeez, I don't know why you got a baseball player there. Okay, let's get a football player. Who's a decent football player, but not like the greatest football player of all time. I'm trying to think. Randall Cunningham will come on. Randall Cunningham's talking about the Super Bowl and how he played with Leroy Horde, and they'll be like, "Hey, Randall Cunningham, you really love bad boy mowers, don't you? Yeah, let me tell you something. For years, I played on grass and turf, and I noticed whenever I was playing on grass, bad boy mowers grass that was cut by bad boy mowers was always so much more better to play on." I was like, wait, what's going on? They're like, of course, Randall Cunningham is brought to you by bad boy mowers. It's like, wow. One year, I'm not even going to kid you, bro. Prince Fielder, who is a vegan, was talking about meat and grills. Like, he's like, well, I realized that being vegan was good, but I'm like, okay, cool. Nonetheless, I digress. Have you ever noticed that next year? Because it's, media.
I always love when these guys hit Radio Row and they got a show for whatever product, but it's when the placement of the shilling happens, right?
It happens towards the middle end.
It always happens towards the middle of the end, right? But I like those that get it out early.
That's what I do. Like, okay, let's get the cat out of the bag. Vlad, why are you here talking about? I was gonna say some type of sponsorship that maybe was not appropriate, so I was just gonna go, Vlad, why are you here talking about Sprite? I guess that's also not the best one.
Vlad, you're here to sponsor weed. Why? Well, Rich. Oh, well, Dan.
No, that fits too well. It's got to be something weird.
No, I don't care if it's something weird. Like, they doing anything that's relevant to them. But the fact of the matter is, you're here at the Super Bowl, right? And depending the celebrity, the athlete, you really just want to talk to them about what they have going on. If it's an athlete, their current, their past season, The good ones are always the ones that made it to the postseason and lost, and maybe lost to the team that's in the Super Bowl. But then after that, that little 30 seconds, 45 seconds of them plugging whatever they are, it's just funny to me.
I like just get
And
out of the
then-
way. Vlad, why are you here for Auntie Annie's? Well, Auntie Annie's has great pretzels and
Yeah, it's salty.
Okay, so now let's talk about something else. No.
That's it.
Well,
And then at the end, remember, Dan Day for
Auntie Annie's.
Auntie
man.
Annie's. That's it. And then that's it.
Yeah, it's perfect. Okay. Well,
But-
Dan Marino was on Radio Row.
But can't knock the athlete. I mean, if it's
No,
a free
no,
trip to
no.
the Vegas, to the Super Bowl, do it.
Getting paid a ton of money. Yeah. I mean, I'll sponsor almost anything. Dan Marino was on Radio Row, and he was point blank asked, can the Dolphins win a Super Bowl with Tua? What do you think he said, Vlad?
Of course.
And I quote, yes, I believe so. He just needs to continue to grow. I think he's done that. He had the best statistical year of his career and the best in the league, I think. You just got to build on that. Sometimes you just got to get in the right positions and have the right people healthy so you have a chance to get to the Super Bowl. Is this Dan Marino talking from his heart of hearts, or is this PR Dan Marino? And his heart of heart, does he really believe?
Well, remember,
what he
Dan's
just said?
still part of the team in some executive personnel type of way. So
Of course.
yeah, man, you're not gonna say Dan's got to know. He knows how to walk the line. He knows he can't say anything that's gonna be controversial. So yeah, he feels that way. And why not? Is Tua better than Brock Purdy?
Yes.
Okay, then. So why can't he lead a team to a Super Bowl?
So that's what Dan Marino is saying. You have to be in the right positions with the right people healthy so you have a chance to get to the Super Bowl. Brock Purdy in the right position with the right people being healthy. I think Dan Marino, like all things, there's three sides to every story. There's the two sides and the truth. I think in his heart of hearts, he does believe Tua is the guy. In his heart of hearts, does he think Tua will get us there? That's still a big question mark. In my heart of hearts, I do believe Tua is the guy.
Yeah, but Dan, we've gone through this, bro. Do you understand the gauntlet he would have to go through to get to the Super Bowl?
Patrick Mahomes.
See, that's what makes Patty so great.
Lamar
That's what makes
Jackson.
15 great. Because he's beating those guys.
Josh
Think about it.
Allen,
We've done this ranking. Where do you put him right
Joe
now?
Burrow.
Right. And
It's just in the AFC.
And-
then
and-
you'd have to face an NFC guy.
no, but I'm just saying in the NFC, in the AFC, there's 7 teams. If you're one of the 7,
Justin Herbert.
now that he has Jim Harbaugh, yeah.
Hmm.
Don't knock the guy up the state. Sunshine with the hair.
Oh, man. Trevor Lawrence, too. Whew. That's tough right there.
And if
Oh, yeah. And please don't forget about the rookie.
CJ Stroud.
Yeah.
Don't forget about, if the old man and his ayahuasca does anything. Like there's a lot of great quarterbacks in the AFC. So if you get through the AFC, you damn right. You should be damn proud. Because you went through a gauntlet. Not only you going through a gauntlet of great coaches, great quarterbacks, but great teams as well. Just great talent. So
let me pile on one more just in case. Second pick in the draft, the Patriots select Jaden Daniels out of LSU. Could be something.
who knows?
With that being said, let's ask you again, Dan Marino. Can the Dolphins win a Super Bowl with Tua? Yeah, I believe so. In the right position with the right people, healthy, right time, right place, get hot, do it. He has the tools to do it, I think.
Absolutely.
Okay, so we're good.
But-
Next year in New Orleans, Miami Dolphins.
But
Vlad,
but we do have everything has to be perfect.
Tell your Saturday night girl that we'll talk to her later.
Oh man. Somebody asking me do I want tickets for the Canes game today.
Oh, see, they heard you talking about not going to North Carolina. They didn't hear you say that you have to work the game. Nonetheless, you're going to Duke.
I'm damn well going to Duke, man. I wanted to go to the Carolina game too. Because the Carolina just lost to Clemson. So this, and Joe Z, this is the type of games Joe Z loves.
You're going to break down that. I'm sound like I'm an insider. The Carolina Clemson game. Clemson got up 15-2. And
yeah, it was easy. I could tell you easy.
North Carolina was on their heels most of the game. They came back, made a valiant effort,
It's easy.
but it was just too much.
It was
too much of a
easy.
deficit.
It was Duke hangover. They beat Duke Saturday. Quick game, quick turnaround. Monday night, You're playing Clemson.
Clemson's sneaky good, by the way, too. I saw them go
And
toe-to-toe with Duke and lose on free throws.
Clemson got some players.
and they're winning 33-19
Their
over
big guys
Syracuse
pretty
right now.
good. So this is a big
His name's
game.
PJ Hall.
PJ Hall's pretty good. This is a big game for the Canes. They need I in these 3 games against Duke and Carolina, I do believe they need to go 2-1 to solidify. I think to solidify their tourney selection, because
that loss to Virginia was so bad.
Yeah, but Virginia's a good team.
You scored 38 points.
Virginia does that. That's the one thing about Virginia. I know it was bad. It was nasty. When you play Virginia, you're going to score less than what you average throughout the year.
It's the lowest the team has scored since they restarted the program in 1985.
It happens. Virginia's a great defensive team. Give Tony Bennett credit.
They're a bubble team that lets you only score 38 points
on the road. No excuses. That was a bad loss. But you beat Carolina today at home. You beat Duke next week. You're good.
That helps. That helps. One more time, Mr. Marino. Can the Dolphins win a Super Bowl with Tua? Yes, I believe so. I like that. Up next, real quick, what I like, 560 WQAM.
Next W.
Games, all our shenanigans. WQAM on your smart speaker.
Oh my gosh.
Keep it coming, Vlad. Usher
Lady,
all
let
the
me-
way.
I did it again, so I'm on.
I forgot about this one. He has more hits than I thought.
Oh yeah, no, that's always gonna happen.
That's every year. Doesn't matter who it is.
And then all of a sudden, well, he's doing smart, bro. All the old songs, all the old singles are gonna be like #1 in Billboard.
He's going on that tour. That
And then he's
past,
got a
present,
tour
future.
that he's gonna be at the Kaseya Center. I'm gonna go.
Oh, you're going.
Yeah, why not? Dude, you know how many ladies gonna be out there? Bro?
That's true.
You know how many aunties?
He looks good too. Usher still looks real good.
You know, black don't crack. They might do crack, but they don't crack.
Nonetheless, man, yeah, Usher's gonna have a show. He's gonna make some money. Of course, he doesn't get paid. You don't get paid to perform the Super Hot.
You don't get paid,
They
but
do give you a production budget. That's why you gotta
It's
hire all your
Hov, baby.
cousins. You gotta call your cousins, your friends.
Hov gonna look out,
Like
man.
if I do the halftime show, you're hired, lads, for production value.
Come on, man. We already know Hov is gonna look out, man. Hov's gonna look out. And guess what? You make so much money the next day because all those singles are
Number
are
ones.
yeah.
Number 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 10, 9, 17. I don't know why when we're nonetheless. Usher's best song. It's got to be Yeah, right? Just over most popular.
I like Caught Up.
So caught up, got you feeling. We might just do this all day.
Yeah, I like Caught Up.
You
Caught
know,
Up is
I
my
like Let It Burn a lot. It's been 11 days, 10 hours. I'm gonna let it burn. A lot of people didn't know what that meant. If you're not from certain areas of cities, you don't know what 11 days, 10 hours means. I had to tell people, like, seriously? Okay, cool. Nonetheless, let's real quick get into what I like. We're talking about Dan Marino. Dan Marino doing the whole Super Bowl row. Pat McAfee and he were talking.
Nice and Slow might be his best song.
Okay. Dan Marino said, man, if I play with these young whippersnappers today, I'd eat their lunch.
You know, the rules have changed and all that. The one thing I would say is we were kind of a little bit ahead of our time going for the 5,000 yards, having Duper and Clayton and Dwight Stevenson as, you know, our center. And we had some really good players. And do I now think we could throw for 6,000 yards? You know, I don't have to prove it. If you don't have to prove it, you can say it. So, yeah, 6,000 yards.
First of all, I like the way you phrased it. You didn't just go out there and get cocky about it. I don't have to prove it, so I'll say it. Go for 7. Why not? I ain't gonna lie, though. Dan Marino could go for 6,000 yards in today's NFL. You get a lot more opportunities. I believe.
I think he would throw for 6,500 yards.
Okay, there you go. I believe that.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to prove it, but he could do it.
The fact that he was doing what he was doing
Back
at that
run
time,
heavy.
and when defense were allowed to do anything
yes, sir.
illegal, legally and illegally, he would kill right now in this current NFL, where his receivers are protected. Receivers are protected just like quarterbacks are.
Yeah, he would do it. Yes,
Joe Rose would be eating right now. Joe Rose would be 1,000-yard receiver if he was playing right now.
Joe Rose would have probably been in the league if he wouldn't have gotten hurt. Like in today's NFL, 9-10 years instead of 5.
Joe Rose would be like the dollar store version of Travis Kelce.
Speaking of Travis Kelce,
See what I did there?
he and TL Swift, I don't know where, okay. He and Taylor Swift are the talk of the town. I interchange their names all the time because they're the same
What is it,
person.
Telsey?
Telsey, yeah. So, of course, you're going to get a lot of questions. And you know what? I don't mind these questions to Travis Kelce. It's no football related. Who cares? Asking your favorite Taylor Swift song. We're talking about Usher favorite songs. We're getting into our favorite Taylor Swift songs. But let's let Mr. Swift tell you his.
She's unbelievable. She's rewriting the history books herself. I told her I'll have to hold up my end of the bargain and come home with some hardware too. I mean, I don't know if I brought too much to the game. I think I just go out there and have fun. You know, Taylor has an unbelievable fan base that follows her and supports her throughout her life, and it's been fun to kind of gather the Swifties in the Chiefs Kingdom and open them up to the football world and the sports world, and it's been cool to just experience all that. It's a good one. Right now, I'd probably say Anti-Hero just because I hear it every single day.
That is a good one from Taylor
I
Swift.
do like that song.
So, Travis Kelce's favorite Taylor Swift song right now, because he hears it every day, Anti-Hero. But Vlad, what is your favorite all-time Taylor Swift song?
I don't have an all-time favorite Taylor Swift song.
Love Story for me.
I guess it'll be Anti-Hero for me.
Okay. I mean, there's so many good ones. There's Love Story. There's Shake It Off.
I'm not. I like Shake
You
It Off.
belong with me.
I don't
You
know.
belong with me. You belong.
I'm not a
with me.
Swiftie.
When you're 15 and someone tells you they love you.
I haven't been 15 in 31 years.
I'm feeling 22. That's a good
24 years.
one. Okay. Is it 24? No, it's 20. It's 20. I've been to a Taylor Swift concert.
I
It
haven't.
was great. It was great.
I would feel weird.
I love Taylor Swift. I mean, I went way back, man. Way back.
Okay.
It was at Tiger Stadium. She was still a country star back then.
Leave Taylor alone.
No,
leave her alone.
Don't leave Taylor alone.
No, leave her alone.
Show her the props. She is the queen of the United States.
That smells like Bob Marley.
Bob Marley's about to take her crown because this coming Wednesday, Valentine's Day, Ash Wednesday, One Love comes out in theaters.
Wait,
And if
what?
You do not
Is
think-
Ash Wednesday this Wednesday?
Yeah, Mardi Gras on Tuesday. I told someone, I said, "Ooh, Mardi Gras is Tuesday. I gotta get my party on." They go, "You flying to New Orleans?" I go, "What makes you think I'm flying to New Orleans? Just gonna party here."
Mardi Gras Tuesday,
Mardi-
Valentine's Day is Wednesday.
And it's Ash Wednesday. So you got to, you know, you have to abstain on Ash Wednesday, Vlad. So I'm expecting you to abstain.
Pause.
Yep. You know what I mean.
You went to Black Mark.
Hmm?
You went to Black Ash. You said stain.
No, you need to abstain.
Oh, abstain.
yes. 'Cause
For why?
Ash Wednesday,
And
Holy Day, you're supposed to abstain.
do you abstain on Christmas?
Christmas is not an abstination day.
Do you abstain on Easter?
Easter's definitely not an abstination day. It's the rising.
No.
You abstain, Vlad.
I'm
You
talking about it right
abstain. I don't want to go around here that you're not abstaining on Wednesday. You don't eat meat.
I'll eat fish.
You don't eat between meals. Fish is not meat. And you abstain.
I'm not abstaining from what? Anything?
You know what I mean.
I could smoke, right?
I said you abstain, Vlad.
I'm not abstaining from sex, bro. That's one thing I'm not.
I'm not saying what you should or shouldn't abstain from. I'm just saying you
You
abstain.
can't have Mardi Gras on Tuesday and tell me the next day I got to
Get
abstain.
it all out Tuesday. That's what Mardi Gras is about. Fat Tuesday. You and I know that.
So exactly. I'm not abstaining.
Abstain, Vlad.
Nah.
Abstain.
Nope. Not doing it.
Our family is very, very going to be upset.
Well, deal with it.
Vlad, get it out Tuesday.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Mardi Gras Tuesday.
That's how you get it all out before
And
Ash Wednesday.
Valentine's Day is Wednesday? So you're going to have Valentine's Day and Ash Wednesday? Ain't no way nobody's
I don't
abstaining.
write the rules,
Valentine's
Vlad.
Day is one of the official days. You getting some.
I don't make the calendars.
I'm sorry, God.
sorry.
Sorry, God, forsaking me.
You talk to that person. Or it's not a person.
Sorry, God, forsaking me.
Abstain, Vlad.
I'm not abstaining from nothing. I'm knee deep.
One more thing for Travis Kelce. I don't know what happened there right there. Nonetheless, Travis Kelce asking about Taylor Swift and the hardware. Is he bringing a ring home?
I'm hoping I get this ring on Sunday. I know that.
Good answer. Good answer.
You know you're going to propose to her.
I got something very interesting, Vlad, to bring up to you, but we don't have time. So we're going to talk about it right after this on Sports Day 560 WQAM.
POWHD2 Miami, WKIS HD2 Boca Raton, the home of the Heat, Hurricanes, Panthers, and Inter Miami,
Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys.
and Odyssey Station.
It's time for Sports Day. Turn it up. It's Sports Day with Dan Day.
It is Super Bowl weekend. The big game is tomorrow. Kansas City Chiefs, San Francisco 49ers. Kickoff is at 6:30. Pre-game began about 3 weeks ago, even before the NFC and AFC championship games were over with. It's getting out of hand on that end. Nonetheless, Vlad, I know you are a rambling, gambling man. I have a 3-leg parlay that I want to float your way and see if maybe you want to throw a little jelly on it. Are you ready for this 3-leg parlay?
Pause. But go ahead. Just say 3 teams. Don't say 3.
No, not 3 teams. It's 3 legs.
Oh my God.
Number 1, leg the first. Kansas City outright wins the Super Bowl.
Okay.
Cha-ching.
What are you getting? Plus? You getting some points?
No points. Just straight up win.
All right.
Number 2, Travis Kelce in the celebration asked Taylor Swift to marry him.
I said that already.
Cha-ching. Number 3, and this is just a little sweetener. Taylor Swift has to say yes. Cha-ching. I'm thinking about throwing 50 on that. That's good, man. I mean,
I said this already. Kansas City wins.
You got to get a Kansas City win, number 1.
Kansas City's going to win. You know that they're going to have Patrick. You're going to have Travis on the stage, on the podium when who's doing the game? Jim Nantz, right? So Jim Nantz is going to offer him the Super Bowl trophy. And then the MVP could be Kelce. It could be a double. Like, it could be a quad. What if he wins Super Bowl MVP and then proposes? And then she says yes. You're talking about the,
Cha-ching.
the Grand Slam.
Cha-ching.
So
you get the girl, you get the ring, you get the trophy, you get
and then
the money.
and then you're gonna have to get her the ring.
Dude, he might be the next. That could be the engagement ring. Oh, of course, they don't have the rings on stage. They get them later on. So
What if he already had the ring?
he could be Scarface. The world is his.
What if Jason Kelce comes down, throws the engagement ring to Travis? He makes the best catch because that's what they're gonna say. Oh, that's the best catch he made all game.
You're the best catch I've ever made in my life. Oh!
And then he catches it, and then he goes on one knee, on bended knee. No, I'm bended.
It's a love story, baby. Just say yes. Do, 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 do. And then that starts playing on the speakers. Oh my God. So excited.
By the way, if she
So
gets
messed
married,
up.
she will have no material content.
She will not get married. That's why they were not.
No, she needs material and content.
What about-
That's why breaking up is her thing.
Travis Kelce goes up there. He's got his gloves on. He takes his glove off and he has a ring on. He goes, but this ring ain't a championship ring. Although playing with a diamond under some gloves would be tough, but it's an engagement ring. Will you marry me? Now, this is my worst nightmare. This parlay. You and I, Vlad, we're sitting there chugging down some Dos Equis, whatever else is going on during the game. Kansas City wins. Yes! Woo! Leg 1. We're good. Come on. Come on, Kelce. Come on, Kelce. Travis Kelce gets up there. Jim Nantz, I just want to say something. I know a lot of people have been talking. I just want the world to know I love you, Taylor. Will you marry me? Yes! Yes! Vladdy, we did it! We did it! And then Taylor Swift goes, no.
Nah, bro. If she does that, no, first of all, she wouldn't do that. She wouldn't do that. She wouldn't do that. I'm gonna tell you why she wouldn't do that.
To ruin my life, she would?
No, she wouldn't do that. She would embarrass him.
She'd be like, Dan, Dave, Vladimir, Louis,
nah,
this one's for
she's
you.
not gonna, she's not
No.
She's not gonna embarrass him like that. Because then she would have to write a song about how bad she was. I broke his heart. I'm a Pop-Tart. Like some crap like that,
That's my worst nightmare, but is that gonna happen? Please tell me.
Nah, it's good, man. Don't worry about that, bro.
I mean, the odds on that have to be huge, man. Like if you put $50 or $100 down, you can win like 8,000.
Bam, they can get married right down the street. Go to a chapel.
That's
Just
true.
elope.
Just make it a reality show, like a continuation of the post game. You just follow
Wait, see,
Kelce and
see.
Swift get married.
You see. All right, you know what? I like this, and I'm gonna
That's
tell
a
you why.
$1 billion idea, not a
No,
million.
no, because it's so nice and it's a nicer version of what I want to happen. The reality show that I told you.
Ain't abstaining.
No. You know the reality show that I want is after the Super Bowl, right? I think this is yes, ladies and gentlemen, I have a warped mind.
I have an idea too. Go ahead.
You know what I said? I think I've told we've mentioned this before. Streets need a body. So if you lose the Super Bowl, the head coach gets, donezo.
Man, you coach your what?
Aren't you gonna coach your ass off? Because not only are you gonna lose the Super Bowl, but you might lose your
man,
your life.
I have a dark idea I'm about to share with you.
But this is nicer though. Like Taylor, like you find like Tyler, Taylor and Travis are there. Travis proposes. She says yes, and then you follow them, go down the street, and Elvis marries them. That'd be great.
I now pronounce you man and wife.
That would be great.
See, I have a very dark, twisted idea for a reality TV show that I'm kind of I was embarrassed to share until you did Off the Coach.
No, but wouldn't you watch like
I couldn't turn away.
It would be the greatest.
Like
and then,
Running Man.
my god!
Like
and
that
then
Arnold Schwarzenegger
exactly.
movie. Okay.
And then like right after the game, after the celebration, you see him talking to his family, like they're crying and everything. It's really heart wrenching. And then
okay, Sergey's weighing into, and this is what a lot of people have told me. They've not even been together for a year. Stop. Yeah, because no one's ever gotten married after less than a year of dating.
What are you talking about? Biggie and Faith got married after 9
Everybody
days.
gets married, especially celebrities. They get married. Dennis Rodman and Carmen Electra got drunk one night.
It's PR, baby. It's PR.
There's no rule that says you have to date someone for a year before you get married. There's people get married after 2 weeks.
Look what the woman did last week. She won a Grammys, dissed Celine Dion, and then while she won the Grammys, like, hey, and I got a new album coming out in April.
She's also made $1 billion in her life.
And she made over $1 billion.
And
last
she's got
year.
the sexiest man alive in her back pocket.
No, fun. That would be his brother.
I'm going to disagree.
I don't know, man. Jason Kelsey's got a following, man. They love the
the bear, man. They like the
they
bear.
love the bear. They love the bear.
Very protective.
But yeah, who cares? Damn, Brittany was trying to get with Wembanyama.
That's true. She was speaking in a British accent too.
And even though he's French. But what I'm just saying
that
is
made no sense. But then again, what does Brittany do that makes sense?
What I'm saying is, man, this is all contrived. This is all put together.
Lady Gaga said it best. It's the fame monster. Yes, they do care about each other. Yes, they do love each other, but they're so tied into feeding into the cameras and the celebrity that it all
I'm telling you right now, man,
it's a real relationship.
_631. I've been saying this since this whole Taylor situation happened. He wins the Super Bowl. He's going on bended knee.
That's the best way to do it.
Dude, and if she says no, he's even, come on, bro.
You're good for life.
You good for life. You know how many heartbroken women going to look at you like, you're the greatest?
He ain't hurting, bro.
He ain't hurting. Come on. He always come back home.
Okay, so let me slide in my idea for a reality show since we've totally just gotten. I'm going to slide this one in. I want to call it 6 weeks on, 6 weeks off. You get drug and alcohol addicts. You give them 6 weeks of unlimited whatever they want, drugs and alcohol, and then they have 6 weeks of being straight edge. They have no choice.
That's different.
As terrible as it is, you'd watch, right?
I'll take a gander.
6 weeks on, 6 weeks off. I like your Taylor Swift, Travis Kelsey idea, though. Just a little post-game lanyap, as we say in Cajun.
No, because that's nicer, and the kids will watch. Mine's a little maybe HBO Max, maybe Netflix type, like
If I'm the head coach, I'm not entering that agreement, man.
But that's the great thing, though. You would rather think about that. Look at them.
Cower.
As a coach, I would rather lose in the NFC Championship or AFC Championship game. I'm not gonna get off. But guess what? If I get to the Super Bowl, it's pretty much a flip coin.
You also feel a little guilty if you win the Super Bowl and outcoach the other guy.
Hell
bro.
no, I'm thrilled. I'm celebrating. I won a ring and I got my life. Come on, are you kidding me?
One of your colleagues died because you were better than them.
Hey, man, you got to go for it.
Well, yeah, when your life's on the line, you do have to go for it.
It was
Vlad.
4th and 15 at your opponent's 20, and you're down 3. Yeah,
I bet you Dan Campbell wouldn't have gone for it on 4th down if his life was on the line.
I bet you he would have taken those field goal points.
I bet you he would have.
Yeah.
Be a man now, Campbell. Go for it. Go for it again. Oh, hold up now. Hold up now. hold up now. This ain't for the NFC Championship. This is for my life.
But think about the great coaching that you would see, and then you get to see which players didn't really mess with the coach, and if they're gonna try to like purposely get
If
their
you
coach.
missed a field goal.
Let's come on,
If
bro.
you missed a field
This
goal.
is drama.
If you missed
It's
a field
drama.
goal.
It's competition at its
That
finest.
blood is on your hands.
And there's gonna be blood.
Wins a team, loses a team.
There will
That
be
man
blood.
missed that field goal. I got him in position. That blood. This ain't no team game right now. That's him. That's that man killed that man. Not me.
Who said the pause? What? Everybody's saying pause. Did I say something that was pause worthy, or was it Dan?
I probably said something pretty nasty.
Yeah, if it was pause worthy, then pause.
I slept like 1 hour last night.
But yeah, come on, man, that would be great. But nonetheless, no more. Leave Taylor alone. She's annoyingly adorable.
No lives are on the line tomorrow. 6:30. You get the Chiefs and the 49ers. 49ers are favored. We both like the Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes' dad will be watching.
Oh, I love Patty Mahomes Sr.
I can't finish that sentence.
I love Patty Mahomes Sr. You know why I love Patty Mahomes
Because he
Sr.?
pitched for the Mets.
No, I would hate him because he pitched for the Mets. I love Pat Mahomes Sr. because he's a real guy. He's a guy you could have a beer with.
Oh, you could have a beer with that man.
And he gonna try to take the drunkest, like if there's a drunk at the bar and she was down with it. Yeah.
I can just see Patty Mahomes Sr. like on a day like today.
You know how he met Patrick Mahomes
at a liquor store.
At a liquor store. Come on.
I can just see him. He walks out in like a wife beater, got a Swisher Sweet hanging from his lip.
Absolutely. He wrote, he's smoking on
He's got one of those 28-ounce Crazy Stallions that I gave you last week, Vlad. What you want in the paper bag? Did I give it to you in the paper bag?
I drank it in a paper bag.
I got it from Jensen's liquor
It was
store.
good. It was all right.
Just sitting there like, what you need? You want one?
It's smoking a cool.
Oh, it's not a cool. It's not a Black and Mild.
Nah, he might have a Black and Mild. I think I just want to. He look old school. He might be smoking a cool.
Okay, I mean, I'd prefer a cool over a Black and Mild, but I'm just thinking because he likes the smell. Because it smells a little sweeter.
Smoking on that barrel pack.
Yeah, you like that Crazy Stallion? I text you about that.
It was pause. First of all, that seems how you like that Crazy Stallion.
What is it? 32 ounces or 27 8 ounces?
Hey yo.
I don't know. I had an extra one from Jensen's liquor store. You're like, yo, man, you got any beer? I go, yeah, man, hold tight. That I keep beer at work is another probably issue that we're not going to get into too deep.
No, that's a good thing, man.
But yeah, Crazy Stallion, Jensen's liquor store, $1.50, by the way. It says it on the can, so they can't jack up the price.
It's definitely worth it. It tastes like $1.50.
I will say, Crazy Stallion beer,
Hey yo,
is the beer equivalent of Patrick Mahomes Sr. It's real, man. Like, it's strong. It's $1.50, but it's not $1.50 suggested. It says it on the can, like it's in print. So if they try to charge you $1.75 or $2, it's like, no, it says $1.50 on the can.
Now, Mr. Mahomes Sr., as cool as you are, this is your third offense. You need to relax. Call an Uber. Or you know what? Have Jackson, the bad son, drive you around so that you can keep him away from trouble. But yeah, that's not 3 DWIs. That's not good.
And I mean, it's not, you have the means to not drive. Your son has the money. Man, the good thing he's getting that state. Never mind. I'm not making jokes. It's not a joke even.
State Farm insurance.
Because I mean, that insurance is going to be nasty. Because they can't. I mean, certain places can't deny you, but not everyone can. Okay. Panthers Avalanche face off tonight. Vamos Gatos night. Amaranth Bank Arena, 6:00. Both teams have 32 wins this season.
Went to the game Thursday night against.
I was there.
Yeah, you were there
for a little while.
I should have followed. You know what? I should have went to Gatsby's and say what up to you. Did you go to Gatsby Thursday night? Or was it Friday?
I was at Duffy's, yeah.
I mean, I'm sorry, Gatsby's. I said Duffy's.
Yeah, I live at Duffy's now.
By the way, you could tell how old I am. Gatsby's was great back in the days, man. You know.
I've never been.
You never been to Gatsby's? Wow. Gatsby's was good.
The Heat have a Super Bowl matinee tomorrow at 2:00 against the Celtics. RJ Hampton no longer on the team.
He got waived.
He did get waived. Tua Tagovailoa did not win Comeback Player of the Year, at least by the Associated Press. DeMar Hamlin.
And
coming back from life, not enough for Comeback Player of the Year.
Nah, man.
You got to be a guy named Joe Flacco.
Flacco? Flames?
Bringing you into the playoffs, balling for the Browns.
Okay, man. Flacco deserved that. Like, listen, I love the human interest story. It's all great. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. I'm happy the man is alive and he's enjoying it, his career and everything.
I mean, You were scared every time Tua got hit this season.
No,
Ooh,
not after 2 weeks.
DeMar Hamlin, I was every time he was on the field, I was like, I know it was a freak accident, but
He was playing special teams, bro. He wasn't starting.
I know still.
And he didn't play a lot of the games.
I mean, even last year, even when he was playing last year, he was still a platoon player. But still, that's quite the comeback.
Yeah.
Quite the comeback.
Yeah.
It's the ultimate comeback, to be honest with you. Comeback from death.
Jesus did it. Am I lying?
Hurricane great abstain, Vlad. Abstain. Hurricane greats Devin Hester and Andre Johnson will be inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame later this year. That is going to be the 10th and 11th players from the U that
Shout out to Dre and Devin, man. That's a beautiful thing. Two members of the great dynastic run, the last dynastic run of the U. I still remember Dre scoring those touchdowns in the Rose Bowl. Just Dorsey just throwing them passes, and they just beating the living crap out of Nebraska.
Love it.
And Devin was just Devin, the Florida comeback. And obviously what you said when he took the kickoff against the Colts in the Super Bowl down here.
Yep. In the rain.
Was that Prince?
Yep. It was in the rain.
Prince, that was the Prince one, right?
Rain, when it rained, when he started singing Purple Rain.
Yeah, that's when you knew God was a Prince fan.
Of course. He even stuck with him in that artist formerly known as stage.
I used to go by that.
You did?
I used to go by the artist formerly known as Vlad. That was a good time. Good time.
Interesting introduction, though.
That'd
be an interesting introduction.
Nah, it was a symbol.
Like, hi, my name is Michelle. Oh, you just showed the symbol?
I just showed them the symbol.
And there was no questions asked. Just, okay.
No questions asked.
A lot of questions for the Canes men's basketball team. They host third-ranked North Carolina today at 4.
This would be a big victory, guys.
It's almost a must-win.
They got 3 must-win games. They got 3 games that I think if they go 2-1, if they win all 3, I think they're definitely gonna. There's no doubt they'll be in the tournament. But if they go 2-1, if they could split with North Carolina and beat Duke, I think that's those victories would really, really solidify their resume for an NCAA tournament bid. Carolina's coming off a loss to Clemson Monday night after the big victory last Saturday against Duke. They're gonna be hot. They've had 4 days to get ready for this.
A lot of people think they're the best team in the nation. I mean, Purdue's big time, but I still think a lot of people think when it gets down to brass tacks.
I ain't gonna lie to you. Purdue look like, I was like, damn, how all these Hoosiers look like a bunch of Hoosiers?
Look at that big Asian dude in the middle, Eddie.
Edney?
He's
a big boy down there in the paint for Purdue. But Carolina,
Roy Hibbert.
But Carolina today, it's a big game. It's a big game.
Yeah, you got to win. It's almost a must win. I mean, there's never a must win in college basketball until you get to the conference tournament because you must win, and if you keep winning, you can get to the tournament. But oh man,
because right now you're not going to win. I don't think you're winning the regular season title, and you're not and you're going to have to do well in the tournament as well. You're going to have to get
make some noise.
To me, I think 2 wins in the tournament you don't have to worry about anything, but get those 2 wins in the tournament. But also get these wins in the regular season against Duke and Carolina, especially with Duke. You only playing Duke once, and they're coming down here, and you get 2 games against Carolina, both home and away. You go 2-1 or 3-0.
Everybody was watching too, because it's a big game. Big game. Speaking of big games, let's go ahead real quick. Take a step into the day spa. An Oklahoma judge who was caught sending 500 text messages during a murder trial has resigned.
Oh, who was he sending a text to?
She was.
Oh, who's she? Oh, she.
500 texts. I mean, during a murder trial,
that group chat must have been lit.
Life in her hands, man. Just.
That is terrible. She resigned as a judge, or she resigned herself from the case?
No, resigned as a judge. Yeah.
Wow. So the text messages were more important than justice.
Justice is blind, man. She figured, why not?
Yeah. Clearly.
Miami Heat have a big matinee game tomorrow. Is the offense here to stay, or is it just a fleeting passing thing? We'll discuss next here on 560 WQAM. Miami Heat back in action tomorrow, 2 o'clock, the precursor to the Super Bowl. They're going to be taking on the Boston Celtics. Big-time national game. A lot of eyes going to be on that one as they get ready for the Super Bowl. This is, of course, a rematch of pretty much every single Eastern Conference Finals for the past couple of years, sans the 1 year that we got bounced by the Bucks in the first round. We're swept by the Bucks. Nonetheless, always a big-time matchup, always a good matchup, always interesting storylines. The thing is this, though, with the Miami Heat, minus this week, they scored 121 and 100, was it 16, 114 points, 16 points.
Yeah, you scored back-to-back 110 points, which you must do in this league right now.
There was a point when they were having trouble getting into the triple digits. And as you look at it, yes, the three-point shooting has been down. That is one of the reasons why, of course, everything didn't seem to be working. But Barry Jackson recently looked into it and said maybe the biggest struggle is at the rim. The Heat's three-point shooting, it has been shaky as of late. They're 10th best, though, in the NBA, which is nothing to be too worried about. This is one of their problems, though. They're attempting 28.5% of their field goals at the rim. That is the third fewest in the NBA. And, of course, I know it's an old adage. If you can't get to the rim, make the shot easy. You're not going to score a lot of points. Seems as though the Heat has not been getting to the rim and getting closer to the basket. They've been settling for bad shots. Is it as simple as that, Vlad? That it's just bad shot selection and bad offense by the Heat? Is it as simple as maybe they're getting healthy? Maybe they've tinkered with the lineup? Or is there a deep problem that this team just can't score enough points? Because they've got guys that could score. Think about it. You know Jimmy's going to get his, we talked about this, is 21 points usually. Bam Adebayo, he's going to give you that double-double, but is he going to give you the 13, 14-point double-double or the 18, 20-point double-double? That's a big deal. Tyler Hero, he's averaging 20-some-odd points a game, around 20 points a game, but sometimes he'll give you that 14 or 13. Terry Rozier, we don't know what he's going to average with the Heat. It hadn't been a large enough sample size. We know that he can fill it up. He averaged over 20 points with the Hornets. These are all guys that can score. Duncan Robinson on any given night can get hot and make a bunch of baskets for you. Caleb Martin, injury prone, but he can give you 10, 12 points a game. The scoring just hasn't been there. Maybe it's because they're not that healthy. Maybe it's because they don't have enough depth. They're very tired. Maybe it's because they're not getting to the rim. They asked Kevin Love, and Kevin Love says, we're just trying to figure it out. We don't know, because if we knew, we'd figure it out. I think it's just a combination of trying to figure out the lineup. The depth does have an issue because these guys are really wearing themselves out and they're not getting to the rim enough. That would be my prognosis.
So let me ask you this. Were you shocked that they didn't make a move during the trade deadline?
No. I thought they made their move with Terry Rozier. You and I talked about it. Like, what else is there to do? Who else can they get other than DeJounte Murray? They would have to trade Tyler Hero. You're trading one set of issues for another issue. It's kind of, and then everybody else out there. I mean, the Knicks got Bojan Bogdanovic.
Love it. Good move.
It is a good move, but I mean, does he really move the needle for the Heat in their situation?
I think right now, here's the thing, right? Here's your three. You already know you got 60 automatic, 60 plus automatic with Hero, Butler, and Bam.
Automatic. That's interesting that you say that. I disagree.
I mean, it's
average wise. There are those nights that, like we've seen, Tyler score 14, Bam score 14. Jimmy usually will give you around that 21. I think that's when we sputter, is when those three don't give us the 60 points that we're expecting from them, the guaranteed 60 points. Terry Rozier, though, I still do, and maybe it's wishful thinking, although I don't think it is. I think it's realistic thinking. Terry Rozier is going to give you that punch. As time goes on, you're going to see he's going to be a guy scoring 15-plus points a game for the Miami Heat.
All right. Like I said, he needs just to get his,
act together. I mean, when I say act,
just to get more comfortable, in the Heat culture. I mean, it's when you're going to a team whose whole idea is about winning an NBA championship, and you're coming from an organization that had their idea of, I don't even know what the Charlotte Hornets idea was or what they were trying to do, but it's going to take some time. It's going to take some time, some adjustment to adjust. And I think right now he's going to start getting more comfortable, and that week off, you relax, you actually settle in the city that you're in now, because you know it's a lot of things you have to deal with when you're traded. So I think Rozier is going to get more comfortable. I do believe that you just needed a little bit more depth, and maybe you might add depth during the buyout market. You might add some depth. I know Spencer Dinwiddie went to the Lakers this morning, and there's other people that might be out there. Just think the Heat. Somebody just texted from the 305 that they need a big man. I told you, bro. I told you, and I laughed at you. And I had to. You my cousin, but you know that's love. But
My guy, though, man.
You were all about TV.
I wanted Thomas Bryant.
Come on,
the guy could score.
Come on,
the guy could score.
Come on.
Can't even find the court with the Miami Heat.
Come on.
He won a championship with the Denver Nuggets.
Yeah, because he got traded.
He scored a ton of points with the Lakers.
He's got 2 games.
Of course, the Lakers got better when he went away.
Exactly. So a big man is definitely needed. But here's the other thing. You have injuries in the conference. So you don't have to deal with Embiid. I don't think he's coming back. And if he does, I don't think he's going to be at 100%. Boston doesn't have a big man. And you're always waiting for Porzingis to go down. The health of the Knicks is also something that, and you don't have no fear. You feel like you can match up very well against the Knicks. You've beaten them before, even though that's my team. So there's really not there's not a team that you're afraid of. I think more teams are afraid of Miami and facing Miami than Miami's afraid of facing them.
Allow me to speak freely, as we usually do on this show, as I read this article from Anthony Chang of the Miami Herald. Is this going to be one of those years, and I'm starting to get the feeling that night by night, we're just going to piecemeal it together. We're going to figure out a way to get some offense. We're going to just try to grin and bear it, tough it out. Then we're going to get into the playoffs, and the playoffs is our time to shine. It fits our style. Like we've said, muck it up, slow it down, play defense. Every possession counts more. You get away with a little more fouling. We're just going to kind of piecemeal it together, night in, night out, figure things out. One night, maybe Terry Rozier gets you 25, 27 points. Another night, maybe Bam gets you those points. Some nights you win. Some nights you score 93 points. But you just find a way to get in the playoffs. And then when you get in the playoffs, all of a sudden it's your style of basketball and you feel at home. Is that kind of the recipe that we're following again this year?
I think the Heat is another team, like I said, and like when you've been doing it for such a long time, you've been doing it at such a great rate. You've been successful. You've won championships. You've gotten to finals, conference finals. Like you've had extended playing time. You've always played in late May and June, middle of June. Regular season's a bore, bro. It's a bore.
So we're grinning and bearing it through.
You just because you already know the games that you got to get ready for. You know the teams that are coming, the teams that are, the teams that are good, the teams that are contenders. So the teams that you got to face, that Boston, Philly, Milwaukee, those are the teams, you have a rivalry with New York. There's certain rivalries, but then, you really care about Charlotte, bro. You really care about going to play,
and,
Detroit.
They're saying that we're lacking dynamic finishers, and there are not a lot of dynamic finishers for the Heat.
No, but here's the thing.
Get in the playoffs,
that's what I'm saying. That's what, thank you. Because remember when you said about in the Pacers, they can score? In the playoff, that scoring stops. It's half court. Every possession counts. You're going to play the best defenses, the best coaches, the best talent scouts, like you were just doing right there.
Yeah, they prepare the best, man. I will tell you a good story about.
So they're going to know how to stop you or limit you from scoring. So if you're scoring 120 points in the regular season, you're not scoring that in the playoffs.
It doesn't come as easy.
You'll be lucky to score 115. You're probably going to be scoring like 108.
Yes, sir. This is it. Are the Miami Heat the NBA equivalent of the Kansas City Chiefs? They know when and where to play and what to do to get by and win.
No.
Okay.
No.
Because there's no championship.
Exactly. Don't compare them now.
I was trying, man. I was reaching. Maybe this year?
No.
Okay. I'm hopeful, man. I want a championship.
I see what you're trying to do. I was like, yeah.
I want that.
You really thought you were going to slip that by?
No, I did not. Just trying to make a comparison out there. So if it does come true, it's like, oh, roll the tape back. Look what he did. He's got us. Good job, Dan. Got you. Yeah, but man, and I could be wrong, but I really think we're just going to kind of piecemeal it together, figure out the regular season as it goes, night in, night out, get scoring here or there, and get into the playoffs. And that's our wheelhouse. Just get to the playoffs, get to the tournament. You're into your wheelhouse. You're good to go. He do it every year. They doubt us during the regular season. We're not a regular season team, but we are a playoff team. Just get in and win, baby. That's it. Scariest team in the Eastern Conference. That's not a number one seed.
It's the 2 teams down here in Florida that scare me.
Orlando? They scare you?
Orlando's scary.
They don't scare me.
They might not have the experience, but they have the players that can give you a tough matchup. If I'm talking about if you're a higher seed right now. Because right now, where's Miami? 6?
The Miami Heat, they're at least because they beat
6 or 7.
They beat the Orlando the other day, went up to 6.
But the Pacers might have won the other night, so the Pacers might be ahead of them.
You're a 7th seed right now, right behind a half a game behind the Pacers.
Yes. Okay.
So it's gonna be, and I mean, I hate to say it,
you're tied with Orlando right now.
The best the Heat probably finished this season, seed wise,
it's probably gonna be 6.
The best, I say 5.
Oh, wait a minute. They're only 3 games behind Philly. No, you know what? They could finish 5.
Yeah, they could finish 5. I mean, you could see the Cavs or the Knicks or the 76ers kind of falling apart. Not when I say falling apart, hitting hard times.
No, I don't see the Knicks hitting hard times. I do see Philly might be hitting hard times because of the Joel Embiid situation.
Yeah, and it's tough.
And I got to figure that Milwaukee's going to get their acts together sooner or later.
Because I do, whether you like it or not, I like Giannis Antetokounmpo. I like Damian Lillard. I like Doc Rivers. I kind of like what they're looking over there. They got Pat Beverly now. How has he never been a Heat player? That guy is a Heat. He's too cocky.
He was.
Oh, he was? He played for the Heat?
Beginning. I think he started his career with the Heat.
Oh, see? That's where he got it from.
No. That's where he's from the Shy. That's Pat Beverly since he was born. Came out of his mom's womb. That's always been him. Yeah, bro. I think you could be a 5th seed as possible as well.
Now that's all you're worried about, and that would be good because you avoid the play-in and everything like that.
That's just okay. You just want that week off. Bro, you give Spo a week off,
good.
The team knows who they're facing. They're good. I'm
not scared of the Celtics, not scared of the Cavs. I'm a little scared of the Bucks, but not scared of the Bucks, not scared of the Knicks, not scared of the 76ers, not scared of the Pacers, not scared of anybody.
I mean, and
you got a good matchup.
And by the way, if Cleveland is the 2 seed, I think you wouldn't mind facing them. If you,
I think the whole Eastern Conference wouldn't mind facing. I mean, even though they've won 8 in a row, they're 9-1 in the past 10 games.
I think if you're the bottom teams right now, you want to face Cleveland or the Knicks
because you got to find if you can find a way to shut down Donovan Mitchell, then you got a pretty good chance. Max Strus going to hit some shots. We miss him, but nonetheless, he's going to find a way. But still, you got to feel okay with that. Bucks, they can keep coming at you. Celtics, they're 40-12. We'll see what they have tomorrow at 2:00 against the Miami Heat at the Kaseya Center. Pacers, a lot of scoring. Like we said, scoring slows down in the finals. Embiid's big question mark. He was having a great season, by the way. Magic, you're a little more scared of them than I am. Bulls and Hawks, not scared of the Bulls at all. Hawks in a 1-game series, a little scary. I'll say that. Everybody's scary in 1 game. I mean, the Detroit Pistons are scary in 1 game. Barely. Not really, but barely. Wizards had us going for 3/4 of a game. I mean, it's the NBA. Still, just get into the playoff seat. Everybody else, relax. As your guy, Vlad, Aaron Rodgers said, RELAX. Even if we lose by 40 tomorrow, relax. Gonna come back, keep it a buck. 560 WQAM.
Text W.
Your love, our passion.
Want to listen to us anywhere, live or on demand? Just download the free Odyssey app and make WQAM your favorite station. And there we are, 24/7.
Ooh, keep it a buck right now. We haven't done it in a while. Let's keep it a buck, Vlad. Tomorrow, Usher, halftime. He is going to kill it.
Oh, major.
You make me want to leave the one I'm with, start a new relationship. I'm not going to sing the rest.
You know how many side chicks were going crazy for this?
Man, I mean, Usher probably now does really, really well. But man, back in the height of his career.
Are you kidding me? He's going crazy right now. You can't.
I wish
Thank God his residency show is over. I couldn't bring my
past, present, future.
I couldn't bring my girl there. Crazy.
This is why we like Bad Bunny. Bad Bunny, you in a relationship? Nope. But I thought you had this. Nope. We might hang out. Nope. Go this girl. He was seen kissing a girl backstage in Miami. Aren't you mad your boyfriend was kissing another girl? His quote unquote number one was like, he can do what he wants. We're not in a relationship. Usher should be that type of guy. Look. Nope.
He's 50 now. Oh, he's nearly 50. Come on.
Raymond? Does anybody call him Raymond?
No. Who calls him Raymond? That's his
You
last,
call him
that's his
Usher.
last name.
You call him Usher.
But they might spell it USHERRAYMOND.
It's going to be so good. I'm going to be texting you the whole time. I'm probably not. But
Don't, because I'm not going to be answering. I'll probably be drunk.
You? I don't have to work tomorrow.
I know, right? It's crazy. We're not working tomorrow. I was like, oh my God, there's a Heat game.
I am so surprised they didn't say like, y'all come in for 45
minutes. You know.
I mean, I do a 15-minute show half the time during the week, man. It's
no,
like,
I really thought they were gonna ask us to do a 45-minute show.
And the bad thing is, I would literally come in like an hour and a half before and prep for the show. So I would do more prep than I would do for the show.
I'm not making that right. It would be a waste of my gas money.
I hear that. But okay, so keep it a buck. Usher's gonna be awesome. My other keep it a buck, I just made reference to it. This Miami Heat team, you're getting what you're getting from them during the regular season. They're going to be like this. There's going to be highs. There's going to be lows. There's going to be times they score 95 points. You're going to say, what the hell is wrong? There's going to be times they score 121 points. You're going to say everything's okay. They're not worried about that. They're going to give you the ho-hum regular season. And then when the playoffs start, let the fun begin. Vlad, keep it a buck.
I'm happy with the trade deadline moves by my team. I'll keep that a buck.
I liked your moves, man. I like that you're all in, just like the Dolphins were last year.
And I'm going to keep it a buck. I'm happy with what the state of wrestling right now. Yes, I know. I'm going to pull what other people hear, but I'm a wrestling fan. Hey, man.
I mean, wrestling is awesome if you have the time to watch it.
Let me tell you this. The year started off bad with what went down with Vince.
Vince has got some issues.
But
Vince McMahon.
Nobody talking about Vince anymore right now. Why? Because The Rock, the biggest star in Hollywood, the biggest star in the world.
Didn't he do something crazy?
He decided to jump into the WWE.
Ooh.
So here's this thing, right? For a year, there's been a storyline. And, WWE is going back to storylines. They want long story arcs on whatever rivalry that they're going
I do
through.
like that. I like the old Hulk Hogan, Andre the Giant.
So right now they have their version of a wrestler who's been champion for over 3 years. Like the last time anybody did that, it's basically been Hulk Hogan. They don't want the belt on a wrestler for a particular length of period because they think the audience would get tired.
It does get stagnant. I will say that.
But if you build great wrestlers for that champion, you can keep that arc going. So that's what they're doing with Roman Reigns. He's been champion for 3 years. Right. Anyway, for Brock Lesnar, all these other wrestlers, Kevin Owens, his own cousins, like a lot of wrestlers, Sami Zayn, like a lot of wrestlers have come. He's always won, always cheated, whatever. I like it. I love it. Anyway, Cody Rhodes, the son of Dusty Rhodes, the American Dream. He's the American Nightmare.
Wait, whatever happened to the other Rhodes?
Dustin or Goldust?
Yeah, Goldust.
Yeah, he's in AEW. He's
so
in the.
These are brothers.
These are brothers.
Okay.
Yes. Anyway, Cody storyline. He wants to finish the dream. His daddy never won the title in WWE, so he wants to win the title and finish the dream.
Didn't he have a girl named Sapphire that was his manager?
That was Dusty. Yeah.
He had Sapphire? Was her name Sapphire? I remember that. Okay, good.
That was Polka Dot Dusty. Yes. Anyway, he lost. As most people lose to Roman Reigns because of his family, the beloved line. They come in and cheat. Anyway, there's always been this rumor about Rock versus Roman. They're cousins. They're the two biggest stars. It would be the biggest main event. But this is what I hate about these wrestlers, wrestling fans. Ready for this?
No, but go ahead.
if you know how the story is going to end, why are you upset with the way they're going to end the story?
Mm-hmm.
It's been built up after Cody lost last year that he's going to pretty much be the guy that upend Roman Reigns' reign as WWE champion. But people are upset with the way it happened. So now, WWE obviously been bad news. Vince kind of stained his name and everything that's going on. So The Rock signed with the WWE TKO. He's got his name. He's The Rock. He has full ownership of the name The Rock and everything, right? Rock and Roman supposed to happen. But because the fans want Cody and Roman to happen, they started booing The Rock and was upset when The Rock pretty much was going to main event WrestleMania, because this is supposed to be the biggest WrestleMania. It's the 40th one. Anyway, they booed The Rock. Rock went on Pat McAfee, started, and you could start seeing the change in The Rock. He went from being a face, but you started seeing Hollywood Rock. And that's one of the characters that people like when Rock is a heel and just totally just goes off on anybody. Anyway, they had a WrestleMania promo press conference in Vegas that was like cinema, bro. It was cinematic. It was crazy. Rock went heel and smacked the living taste out of Cody Rhodes's mouth. Like, just smacked him. And just basically went full heel and said, we do whatever the F we want to, rerun things. So basically, he just did exactly the things that his cousin was doing before.
Mm-hmm.
So now you don't know what's going on. Is there going to be a tag team match? The main event for WrestleMania is still Cody versus Roman. What's going on? So this is why I keep it a buck. I love the fact that they listened to the fans and he told the fans, you know what? We listen to you, but F you. You're going to listen to us as well. Can't change. Don't change something. Just let things marinate. Just take a step back and just let things create. Stop jumping and rushing in. That's another thing I hate about a lot. We always want to know the stuff. We can't let it happen.
Oh,
I bet you
don't
people
like knowing.
I bet you people right now, they would want to know the outcome of the Super Bowl right now instead of
no.
just letting it just play.
No, do you want to know how your life's going to end and when it's going to end?
No. Let it play out.
Okay.
So let's just keep it a buck. Just let things play out, man. So sometimes let's not rush to judgment and conclusion. Let things play out.
WWE and The Rock, keeping it a buck. Up next, going to get you caught up with everything happening in the sports world and the world in general right here on 560 WQAM.
Hey, what is Sports lives here. WQAM Miami, WPOW HD2 Miami, WKIS HD2 Boca Raton, the home of the Heat, Hurricanes, Panthers, and Inter Miami.
Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys.
And Odyssey Station.
It's time for Sports Day. Turn it up. It's Sports Day with Dan Day.
Super Bowl tomorrow at 6:30. Kansas City Chiefs, San Francisco 49ers. As always, so many good storylines. Of course, there's the obvious storyline of Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift. The whole world has been captivated by that. Will they get engaged? Will they not get engaged if Kansas City wins? We're just going to have to wait and see. But that's just the tip of the iceberg, Vlad. There's so much great stuff going on in this Super Bowl. Patrick Mahomes, this is a chance for him to further solidify an argument that he could be the greatest of all time. It would be his third Super Bowl. It would be the fourth. Oh, this is going to be the fourth time that he's appeared in the Super Bowl, but
Greatest run.
5 years.
Greatest early run.
Greatest early run. Of course, there's he and his wife, and a lot of people always kind of talk about that. She's a polarizing figure.
You know what's going to happen, right?
They're going to announce.
No, you're going to see it to the point that it's like, all right, unless she does something like just vile, like it's going to be like, all right, relax, enough. All right, she's married to him. It's almost like the Ayesha Curry situation. People started hating Ayesha Curry because she was with, when the Warriors were winning, it was great. But then the more they see somebody, the more they want to start disliking them. So, but after a while, it's just going to be like, all right, that's his wife.
Enough is enough.
Enough is enough. We're used to her. It is what it is. It is who she is.
The PR makeover by hanging out with Taylor Swift. That's how powerful.
Now,
Taylor
I'm not going to
Swift
lie to
is.
you. That was interesting because I wanted to see what if Taylor's people didn't like
turned
her.
on her. Yeah.
Yeah.
They took her in though. So
but they took her in. But you have to take her in because guess what? As great as Travis is, this doesn't work. This whole thing starts with 1-5. 1-5 is the reason for this. This whole Kelce situation is because 1-5 is the best player in the NFL, and he's the centerpiece of the Chiefs dynasty. So this doesn't work without 1-5. So you got to deal with everything that 1-5 does. I also think that the Netflix quarterback thing that they did last year kind of
helped her.
It helped her a little bit. You kind of see what she's not. They've known each other, like they call it their high school sweethearts. So it's you can't knock with somebody you like.
She did actually come. She was a little more easy to understand as you got to know her in that show. I think there was a lot of misinformation about her, or just you kind of assumed things.
Dan, you've watched the game. Dan, have you not watched the game as a fan? And see other fans.
Like everybody got mad. She got hype and started pouring beer on people. Like whatever. I poured beer on people. Like
here's the thing. Does anybody know the context? Does anybody know what was said to her? Maybe to the point that she might have wanted to just pour beer down.
No, she wasn't doing it nasty. She was like, yeah, and she started shaking up beers and just pouring them off the
yeah. Well, fans do that all the time.
Yeah,
it's because of her. Like that's that's the other thing I hate. That's the other thing, another thing from keeping the buck. Dude, who are we to decide who somebody likes and doesn't shouldn't like? You know what I mean? Like we can make a reference like, oh yeah, well, he's gonna, when somebody reaches a certain level, or they're gonna update, they're gonna upgrade, and we understand that.
You should,
but I can't knock somebody if they still with that person because that's the person they love. Like, who are we to?
Man,
So it is what it is.
I would choose differently. And I'm not knocking Brittany Holmes. I'm saying I would level up like we talked about. But that's just me.
Yeah, I would do a Russell. Like, don't get it twisted. I'm definitely pulling Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
I won a Super Bowl. I got money now. I got I'm moving up. I got Ciara now.
I'm rubbing elbows with a different class of people.
I knew it. The minute I saw him after the Super Bowl, he was sitting with Jay-Z and Beyonce. I'm like, that's it. It's over for Russell.
Let's not get blinded by this storyline because of the whole.
At least Russell's wife at the time.
Yeah. Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift. Everybody, there is a very, very, very strong possibility that if Kansas City wins, Travis Kelce will retire too. I don't think he'll do it simply because there's just
Nah, I
way
don't think-
too much on the table.
I don't think he's gonna do it because I think that if they win tomorrow night,
You know how much money he can make?
not only that, but the competitor in him, they will have a great chance to do something that no NFL team has ever done.
He is
Pat-
34 years
By the
old.
way, we get a phone call. That's Pat Riley.
Oh, yeah. Come on, Pat. Do your best right now. I know you're listening.
Yeah. Why not? Because you have to figure this, right? What was the one thing that the Kansas City Chiefs team was ripped the whole season about?
They drop passes.
And this is a great college draft for wide receivers, and they're gonna have money. They're definitely gonna look in the free agent market. I think they're gonna definitely need a wide receiver who's young or in his prime, because, like you said, Kelsey might be thinking of retiring or may retire in a year or two. People were saying he might be washed, but like I said, if he's washed, I want to know what detergent or bar soap he's using, because he's still balling.
Yeah, he's balling.
And therefore, if Kansas City wins the second Super Bowl, second one without Tyreek, by the way, and they're gonna definitely have to shore up that wide receiver position.
I mean,
they
Rasheed
do
Rice
that.
is nice.
No, he is, but if they get a legit number one, you get a legit number one to go with Kelsey still at it, still doing Kelsey things. Yeah, they could three-peat. So we're gonna see more of this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think even win, lose, or draw, which there won't be a draw. Nonetheless, I think Travis Kelce comes back, but most likely, even if they win, he's not going to retire for the obvious reasons that there's a lot still to play for. He's still playing at a high level, not to mention there's a lot of money to be made. Whoo, you think he's on every commercial now? After this, whoo, he'd be everywhere, man. You got to prove it. You can't walk away. Can't walk away on top. You can't walk away on top.
If he's retired, I know I'm definitely practicing.
Look, you can retire on top.
I'm practicing giving Taylor a baby.
Or you could stick around for a huge bag and not finish on top. I go for the huge bag, not on top, as opposed to on top. I don't mind being on bottom. The Panthers and the Avalanche, they face off tonight at Amerant Bank Arena, 6 o'clock. Both teams have 32 wins on the season, this early season. Both two very, very good teams, by the way. Get the home ice advantage. Hopefully, make some things happen.
Could be a possible Stanley Cup preview.
This could be a preview of our Stanley Cup Finals. Very exciting. Vamos Gatos night tonight, which means there's going to be all types of extracurriculars going on.
Vamos Gatos, is it Latin night?
Tonight?
Mm-hmm.
Tonight?
Oh, it's Latin night tonight.
Yes, sir. There's going to be some music.
Latinas. Oh. And I got to work.
There was a lot of that action. Venezuela defeated Dominican Republic 3-0 at the Serie del Caribe final last night. It is the 8th Serie championship for Venezuela. Sold out, Lone Depot Park. Place was rocking. The series was awesome. It was the best selling ticket-wise Serie del Caribe ever. And for those that don't know, we were a little confused, Vlad. I've gotten clarification. It is not your national team. This is like a Champions League. Basically, if you win the World Series of Venezuela, you win the World Series of Panama, you advance to this cup, and then you play. So it's league teams. It's not national teams. That's why you didn't see Luis Arias and those guys in there.
I get it, but it's the countries. It's not the names of it's not like the club teams.
The club team represents the country in the cup.
Oh, so
that's why you got Polar, beer commercials all over their shirt.
But, all right, understand this, right? It's not like so it's like the New York Yankees representing the United States.
Right. Like at the World Baseball Classic, if we decided, hey, whoever wins the World Series is going to represent the United States. And if Australia would send their World Series champion.
Got you.
So,
but because they are the team that's representing the country, you go by the country.
Of course. Yes.
Gotcha.
So like if you and I were in Austria doing a radio show for some reason, and they were having a league championship like that, and let's say
I like soccer's version better.
Okay. Yeah, but let's say the Kansas City Royals win the World Series and they come and they represent the United States in the Cup. We'd be cheering for
the Kansas City Royals.
We would, but it's more because of their nationalism, the United States.
Right. That's what I'm saying. But they don't do that in soccer. It's not like soccer, like, it's not.
Oh,
like
yeah. You don't see.
It's not like Real Madrid. Right. It's
Real and Barcelona fans. We're like, Spain is Spain.
Right. They're not doing that.
No. That's too much blood, man. Too much blood.
Yeah. So, all right.
But I mean, yeah, it It was a fantastic watch. I know a lot of people that were there. My dude Nathan worked it. He said it was crazy. It was wild. Tickets were like $7 for a lot of the games. It was fun. I still think Yasiel Puig was absolutely terrible for Venezuela, even though Ozzie Guillen said he's 70% better than any player in the major leagues. So a lot of over threes. And I don't know why Yasiel Puig's catching heat from me. I don't know what he did to me.
I don't know. That Puig mania was great.
Man, when he started, I thought he was going to be the greatest player of all time. Maybe that's what
you
I'm
fell
upset
for the
about.
hype.
That's what I'm upset about. When he started with the Dodgers, I was like, Cuban playing here in the Dodgers. Look what he's doing. He's got all the tools. A 5-tool player. He's going to be great. Hype. And then things started really falling off really, really fast. Now he's playing in Venezuela. But he's a world champion. He's a Venezuelan champion and now a Caribbean champion. Okay. Heat, they have a Super Bowl matinee tomorrow at 2 against the Celtics. That should be a fun one right there. Canes men's basketball team, they host third-ranked North Carolina today at 4. Miami, they won the past 2 games, and they've actually split the series the past 14 games, 7-7 between the Tar Heels.
I like it.
Got to win. Got to win today. Help that resume out.
Both teams had bad losses, so both teams are going to come in on Monday.
Yeah, you hate that North Carolina's coming off a Clemson loss.
Well, and Miami got that.
Virginia was nasty.
Yeah. I want
barely
to say
beat
word,
Virginia
but
Tech before that.
they got the nipples twisted.
It was tough, man.
Yeah, it was nasty.
It was tough. So you got a bunch of that going on today. Hurricanes, Devin Hester, Andre Johnson. No,
U, baby.
They're going into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. They are the 10th and 11th player from the U that will be honored as such. Ooh, make a quick mention of this because I know there's a lot of Patriots fans in this area. Falcons owner Arthur Blank says Bill Belichick never requested player control if he were to be named head coach. Former Pats coach did interview twice before Atlanta hired Raheem Morris. So Bill Belichick being reasonable. He's a reasonable guy. I'm just saying.
No, I was eating something. I'm sorry. Why did that have to come out?
I think because a lot of people thought.
Who cares?
Well, they thought since he interviewed twice, there must have been a hang up. Maybe there was a hang up, but Arthur Blank.
Maybe there wasn't a hang up. Maybe they just decided they wanted to go with Raheem Morris.
Bill Belichick dodged a bullet there.
No, I think it's a perfect. I think I like that, bro. I like the matchup with Raheem. I know you hate. Oh yeah, you hate the Falcons.
Bill Belichick. I think it would have been a bad fit for Bill Belichick.
You hate the Falcons, so yeah.
I wish nothing but the worst for Raheem Morris. I think Falcons going forward.
No. I mean, come on. I know you Saints fans don't want any part of Bill helping the Falcons, but nonetheless, I don't understand why that mattered. If Bill, maybe it might be good for Bill to take a year off.
I think it is.
There's gonna be there's gonna be, like I said, there's a lot of coaches who's on the grill.
When you get out of a relationship, you're supposed to give yourself some time to heal and kind of, correct. I think in all seriousness, I think having some time to get some clarity and not just jumping back in is healthy, not just for Bill Belichick, but for whatever team he might be joining.
All right. So quick look, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who's on the grill for next season, going into the season?
Oh, Mike McDaniel.
You know what? No, Dan. You know what?
Are you serious?
He is on the grill,
man.
But he's not the number one person on the grill. Robert Saleh is on the grill, the irony: if Robert Saleh gets fired by the Jets next season,
a lot of people. Okay, go ahead.
Does Bill Belichick and does the Jets try to go back after nearly 25 years ago?
Yeah.
You went after Belichick. He said he would take the job and then quit, and then now he's in a situation right now where he might have to say yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right. Second, Brian Dable. His ass is on the grill.
Wow, really?
Dude, your coaching staff, Wink Martindale left. There's been a lot of talk about, uneasiness with the coaching staff. Nick Sirianni's ass is on the grill.
Say, if you want to run through real quick of who.
That's what I'm saying. There's a lot of coaches
who worries about their phone ringing. As bad as it sounds, Mike Tomlin, people wanted him fired at the end of the season.
And what I'm saying is there's teams who are on the verge or on the they're not too far away from winning.
Let's not stop. Doug Peterson for the Jacksonville Jaguars.
His ass is on the grill.
Did not do a great job at the end of the season. Sean McDermott for the Buffalo Bills.
And the number one person whose carcass is on the grill, Mike McCarthy.
Mike McCarthy is anytime his phone rings, he tells his wife, don't even call. Because every time the phone rings, he has a heart attack.
Oh,
man.
And you know whose ass is on the grill too? Dan Campbell.
No.
Yes, he cannot. That dude, they got to the NFC Championship game and was really some his machismo thinking away from going to being the Super Bowl and playing tomorrow in the evening. If they don't get to the NFC Championship game or they struggle next season, his ass is out.
Matt Eberflus in Chicago.
His ass is on the grill.
He's in trouble.
Double grill.
He's
Because they got to decide, are they going to draft the number one pick or are they going to trade that number one pick?
You got some good guys out there like Mike Vrabel, Pete Carroll.
You
Bill
got
Belichick.
guys, and maybe they just needed that 1 year just to get away from the sport like Sean Payton did, and then you get that big bag, baby. Come on, man. I got 6 rings in it. I got 6 of them things.
Man.
And you on the verge.
Man. We really, ooh, man.
There's a lot of teams and coaches and coaching staffs that have to succeed next season. They have to produce, because if they don't, there are some great coaching candidates that are going to be available. And here's another thing.
Nick Sirianni still trips me out.
Here's the other thing, Cousin. If you see what's going on with college coaching right now, there are Division I head coaches who are willing to take a coordinator position in the NFL because they don't want to deal with the craziness that the NIL is doing in college football.
There's head coaches that are willing to take coordinator positions at other colleges.
Yes. Like,
That
there's
is
been a lot of
interesting.
craziness that's been going on in college football over the last 24, 48 hours.
I saw Mr. Nick Saban retire because
But then look what happened. Guys are taking jobs and then getting offered, I could be a coordinator for you in Seattle.
I don't blame him.
I'm out.
I don't blame him. I'd rather
Chip Kelly left being a head coach of USC to be a coordinator at Ohio State.
And took a pay cut.
He
Possibly. They haven't released it.
So wait a minute. Instead of going against you, I'd rather join you.
I don't know what's going on with that. That's an interesting situation, which we will dive into in just a little bit. But real quick, let's take a dive into the day spa. After 30 years of marriage, a woman just found out her husband has a secret. You want to know what the secret is?
All right. What is it?
He steals friends, families, and strangers' underwear.
Hey, yo. Why are we stealing people's underwear? Friends, families,
and strangers.
Is it both male and female, or just female, or just male?
Didn't specify. It just said he goes through.
I mean, that's just weird, just out the gate. That's just absolutely weird.
It's a fetish.
And how did she just find out that does he have a drawer? Does
Good
he have
job by him. 30 years.
He has a special safe?
Got
That's
something.
weird, bro. That's just nah.
I don't know how you approach that. I mean, I guess you just get it out in the open.
Nah, that's grounds for divorce.
After 30 years, though, man.
I don't know whose underwear. Shorty might be like, no wonder I've been missing underwear.
It's true. Like all your friends, you're like, yeah, I don't know. My friends are always losing underwear, and I never seem to lose
Honey,
underwear.
Susan said when she was here last week, she had like 3 La Pearl underwears that missing. You wouldn't happen to see them. Why would I care about underwear? And then meanwhile, he's in the closet.
He's got a treasure trove of drawers.
He's like
that's weird, man.
He's like a bloodhound, just sniffing away.
Super Bowl is coming up. We've got a Kyle Shanahan situation on our hands. Good storyline, but it could turn into a very ugly storyline. We'll discuss that next here on 560 WQAM. Oh, more Usher? I want to sing the song, but I don't remember the edited version. I don't want to sing unedited. Oh no, this isn't the one.
We've been doing it my way, getting my way for years.
How's he gonna fit all the hits in? I don't know.
Yo, this man got hits, man.
Caught
He's got slaps.
Caught up, and they're all bangers. Like it's not just like one of those songs you're like, oh yeah, this is a good one. You're like, oh crap, hold up, turn this up, man, hold up, stop the car, turn this up.
Goddamn, I hate these rules, man.
Turn this up.
You gotta stop the music after
What's the
30
one?
seconds.
He goes, what's the one song? He goes, that's my player for real. Ask my player for real. What song is that?
Don't leave your girl around me. True player for real.
It's hard to even sing unedited or edited. So like, I don't want to do it. We said that's how many hits Usher has. Like tomorrow, I ain't gonna lie. We're gonna talk about our Super Bowl plan. We're gonna really get off the rails. My friend Adam at 26 Degrees stopped me the other day and said, I like when you and Vlad just get off the rails and go crazy. And kind of in that mood.
Oh, you don't have to call. You
don't have to call. It's okay. I forgot about that song, man.
Bye. Oh my God, this guy's got slaps.
I'm done. Shut up during halftime. Go get your spinach and artichoke dip. Leave my beer alone. We're watching Usher. And, you know, that's one of those things. I know that when Dr. Dre and them perform, there's people, I don't like hip hop.
Oh, that was a great one. That was my favorite.
But I understand there's some people that are opposed to that. You can't be opposed to Usher. Where are you going to hate on Usher? He's too sexy. He sings about love too much.
Shoot, man. You might get
you
some.
don't like it.
Guess what? You might get some during halftime.
That's going to start it. That starts.
No, like you
Usher helping you out.
Yo, think about this, bro.
I gotta stop. I'm gonna stop by Jensen's in the convenience store.
Kuzan, think about this. It's
Maybe
a 35. It's usually a 40 minute pregame, right?
I'll
I mean,
have
halftime show. I mean, halftime because of the halftime show.
Might need a couple extra minutes.
So you might be able to get it in before the kickoff in the third quarter.
No worries, man. No worries. I don't know. You might be kind of drunk or high, so it might.
But after Usher,
if you miss
Usher performs. And he does his Usher moves.
A little bit of the third quarter. You okay?
Shorty's gonna be happy.
Look,
and it might be a blow. It might be a blowout.
A blowout?
Yeah, I was about to say. But I have a shortcut word for blowout. Yeah.
Could be a blowout.
Well, it's with IE.
Yeah. It's okay. It's okay.
But yeah, it might be that. So if it's a blowout, might as well enjoy the halftime show and get it in.
I mean, to be honest, even if it's a close game and I got a choice, I mean, cool. It's like, you've seen Bad Santa, huh?
Of course.
It's like, I'm not condoning abstinence. He goes, hope you're not. Be the end of the universe. It really would be. So just, keep that in mind. Abstinence, though, Vlad, on Wednesday. You abstain.
No, I'm not abstaining.
You abstain. One day.
Not on Valentine's Day.
You've been given a lot. You don't need to be given a lot.
I'm giving and taking.
Let's talk about the Super Bowl. Enough about Usher and the Super Bowl. We're going to get to more of that. Stephen A. Smith was recently asked, and we've talked about there's a lot of storylines in this. This is a storyline that I've kind of been championing for a while. What would be the biggest story of this coming Super Bowl? Stephen A., he weighed in on what he thought, not the major, but the biggest storyline is.
I'm thinking the biggest story is if Shanahan loses rather than the better story being Andy Reid winning. That's what I wanted to say about that. That's my position, just so we're clear. I understand the specific wording of the question. You may be right, Doggy, in terms of the better story, Reid winning, as opposed to Shanahan winning. But what I'm saying is it's a bigger story if Shanahan loses than if Reid wins. You can't go to 3 straight NFC title games, 4 NFC title games in the last 5 years, have 2 Super Bowl appearances. This is a third. Walk away with losing. Matt Ryan was your quarterback in Atlanta when you were the offensive coordinator, okay? You had a relatively elite team, even with Jimmy Garoppolo as your quarterback in the Super Bowl, and you had a 10-point lead against the Kansas City Chiefs.
I couldn't agree more. I've been saying this. This is a very, very interesting storyline. Now, of course, Kyle Shanahan, his father, Mike Shanahan, won back-to-back Super Bowls with the Denver Broncos. He was successful to a point in the playoffs. I have always said this about Kyle Shanahan. The way he coaches and the personnel he puts around him is good, not good enough. They'll get you to that NFC Championship game, which he's done a lot. Might get you that Super Bowl. Might get you the lead in the Super Bowl. But there's a ceiling on him, what he does.
4 out of the last 5?
4 out of now last year. Let's give credit where credit's due. They were on their 18th string quarterback. The quarterback did not know how to throw a forward pass. Deebo Samuel started playing quarterback at one point.
No, listen, they all got hurt. But all right,
but nonetheless,
they lost to the Rams, and they had a 6-game winning streak against the Rams, and had the lead and lost to the Rams in the fourth quarter.
Yep. They had the Kansas City Chiefs up against the ropes in the Super Bowl.
I was watching that Super Bowl again this morning. They really did have the Chiefs beaten.
I remember I was sitting next to Rashad Butler at a Super Bowl party at Dave & Buster's, and he told me, he's like, game's far from over. I was like, it's wishful thinking. San Francisco got this. Well, he knows more football than I do, obviously, but they had them dead to rights, and Kansas City won big. When I say big, 10.
No, dude, they scored 21 points in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
They won 31-20.
Yeah.
It was a 20-10 game in the midway through the fourth. So
this year, Sands are seen Dan Campbell making a boneheaded call might not also be in the Super Bowl. He loses. I'm not saying San Francisco 49ers loses. This is a storyline that now will haunt Kyle Shanahan. You're a good coach.
No, listen, I didn't realize this until you mentioned you mentioned it, and others, that they've been in the NFC championship game 4 out of 5 years. 4 out of last 5 years. They've been to the Super Bowl 2 times in those 5 years. They don't win. You're gonna start looking at Kyle Shanahan as one of the best head coaches who can't win the big one. As a matter of fact, he's going to
Andy Reid.
He's going to be the new Big Red. He's going to be Andy Reid. Yeah.
So he needs Patrick Mahomes. That's all he needs. He'll be all right.
Well, we all know the problem with that. In a Kyle Shanahan coach offense, the biggest star, the face of the franchise, is him, not the quarterback. He wants guys who are just going to do what he tells them to do.
He talked about it all week. He's like, no shame in being a game manager. He should be happy about being a game manager. It's like, okay, thanks.
But with the team that he has,
I had Brandon Ayuk and George Kittle.
But I'm saying, just if you put a Brady or Rodgers or any of those guys on those teams,
Tua.
But those other guys that were available for them to go after. They've never go after a name quarterback because, like I've always said, Kyle Shanahan wants to be the biggest name on his offense. Like he wants to be the face of the offense. He wants to be the guy that says, I drafted, coach, developed these players, and I have a guy who just needs to get the ball to those players. And he's mostly right, except in the big game, like that 3rd and 10, when Jimmy G couldn't make that pass to an open Emmanuel Sanders down the middle that would have scored a possible go-ahead touchdown. And we're going to see tomorrow if the game is close, can Brock Purdy make those plays?
And that's another thing I said. If they lose tomorrow to the Kansas City Chiefs, much maligned Jimmy Garoppolo, he and Brock Purdy have done the exact same thing, basically. So where's the trouble at? Is it Kyle Shanahan?
No, the trouble. No, the trouble will be the fact that they don't want to go after a legitimate. I don't want to say, and this is not taking no shot at Brock. Brock played phenomenal this season. I don't look at him as a game manager. I don't look at him as a game manager. I don't look at him as a game changer.
Right.
Is he a Jag? I don't believe he's a Jag. I don't think he's just another guy. But there are just guys that that need to make plays. For example, do I believe Tua can make these throws that, in a critical position? I do. But I also think the weather needs to be great and he needs to have these weapons. You know what I mean? You play in the Super Bowl, that the conditions are ideal. Everything is perfect. They don't step on the grass until the day of. The grass has just been implemented yesterday, so it's got 48 hours. Everything is it's perfect for you. You just got to go out and execute and play. And can he make those throws that is required for you to make in the critical times in order for you to help your team win?
You don't have to look further than the coach Jim Harbaugh, San Francisco. Alex Smith, good quarterback. Good. The ceiling was here. Jim Harbaugh saw Colin Kaepernick. Everything was going fine, but he saw the ceiling was a little higher and said, I'm making the move.
I take your Alex Smith comparison and use it again and reverse. How about this? No, take two. Alex Smith, limit right here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Big Red said, you could take us here, but there's this kid from Texas Tech that could take us over here.
And Alex Smith was very upset when they drafted Patrick Mahomes. Rightfully so, in hindsight.
But think about it. I mean, you look at guy Alex Smith, drafted number 1 over Aaron Rodgers.
Good quarterback.
Great quarterback. Taking his teams to the postseason, championship games, everything. But you just know the limitations. And they got guys who were just a little bit more talented and a little bit more of a playmaker. And Colin Kaepernick was literally a throw away from winning the championship for the 49ers. It could have been Jim instead of John winning that Super Bowl.
Right.
And since Patrick Mahomes has been the starter of the Kansas City Chiefs, the AFC has been the Patrick Mahomes Invitational.
True. So tomorrow we're going to find out where that ceiling is, if they are limited or not limited. San Francisco 49ers. Of course, we know sky's the limit for number 15 on the Kansas City Chiefs. Up next, going to do some something or nothing here on 560 WQ.
QAM, your favorite station, and take us wherever you go.
I got a bad for Usher in this halftime show, man. It just keeps coming, man. The hits. Got it bad.
Can you play this? Can he?
Yeah, he is. He's gonna play like a little
I know you're going to the little medley.
Yeah, he's gonna do that medley. Where
But
it's
it's good.
like, you got it. You got it.
You're gonna bring it down though. I guess you got to bring it down. You're gonna start off strong, bring it down in the middle, and then
then
have a
finish
big
with
climax.
Flurry. Yeah, you might even start with like or something like that. Just get it hype. Man, you can't deny this. Talking about having another lady and another baby outside that marriage. Outside. You imagine it's good. It's a good way to teach your kids, though. Like, you know what this song is about, real quick?
By the way,
You can teach your kids life about with Usher.
this is a great week
For what?
for Richmond.
For Richmond. Oh yeah. Channing Crowder's at the Super Bowl right now. He says no one there cares anything about the Super Bowl in Las Vegas.
No, yeah,
Zero.
but this is
Zero.
why. You know what this coming week is? Valentine's Day.
Oh, so you can take your side piece out to
You
the
take your
Super Bowl.
side piece to Vegas and tell her this is her Valentine
And you tell
gift.
your old lady that you're working and,
And you're working, and then when you get back, you make it up to the old lady. Valentine's Day, boom.
and then you're super sweet and soft because you feel a little bit guilty for taking your side piece out.
Right, but you don't got to worry about February 15th. You don't got to your
Took care
side.
of it. Super Bowl, that's nice.
Right, your side just spent a whole
Got to see
weekend in
Usher.
Vegas and went to the Super Bowl. Got to see Usher. Nah, come on, bro. This is beautiful, man.
Man, rich people, they got it made, bro.
Think,
They got it.
Think.
That's why they're rich.
think. You got to
Well,
think.
partially why they're rich, but
Yeah,
okay, that's something right there. Let's get into some quick something or nothing before we got to wrap up a little early today at 3:30 or before 3:30 even. Spencer Dinwiddie joins the Lakers off waivers. Is that something or nothing?
damn. What are they gonna do with Gabe Vincent? Gabe Vincent with the let me tell you this
call it.
once again.
We called
The Miami Heat.
we called it too.
The Miami Heat players, when they go to LA, I want to know how they get the money for Rob Pelinka. Did they use a fake gun, a toy gun, or they just put their fingers through their jacket? Because Gabe Vincent's only played, I think, 3 games this whole season. And now they signed Spencer Dinwiddie, who's an LA kid, who's probably a diehard Laker. Started his career with the Clippers, I
Much
believe.
better player too.
Yeah, and he's played most of the season, so I think he'll give them a spark. But I don't know if it's some. I don't know.
Although
if it's
they
anything.
did put it on the Pelicans last night, 51 in the second. Oh God. Chip Kelly, he's leaving his head coaching position at UCLA to be the offensive coordinator at Ohio State. Allegedly, he's taking a pay cut too. Something or nothing.
That's something.
They're saying that he had so much fun this past season coaching the quarterback's position that he wanted to just focus on positional people more than just the whole head coaching and overseeing everything.
Yeah, that's something. That's something weird. He was he the head coach of UCLA?
Yeah. In Westwood. Sorry. 2 different areas.
Dude, to me, it seems
Something's wrong.
You realized you were going to go to the Big Ten and you weren't going
really
to
getting
be
a cut.
able to hang with those teams.
You weren't hanging in the Pac-12.
You weren't hanging in the Pac-12.
He had a 500 record.
And then now you're going to go to the Big Ten and be what, middle of the road?
If you're lucky.
And then you got to deal with the NIL. This is what a lot of these coaches don't want to deal with.
Which you would think UCLA could do good with the NIL and the location, everything.
But you have to have
money,
that.
no money.
Not even the money. You have to have relevance, man. You have to be able to relate with these kids.
Rock and Roll Hall of Fame nominations have been released. Some of the people on the list, give me a thumbs up, thumbs down, whether you think they should get in or not. Vlad, Mary J. Blige.
Day.
Yes, sir. Sade.
Day.
Dave Matthews Band.
Day.
Foreigner.
Day.
You going Day?
Yeah.
Interesting. I would go Nay.
You don't like Foreigner?
I mean, I like them, but are they Rock and Roll worthy? Rock and Roll Hall of Fame worthy?
Yeah.
What about Rakim? But they did not say Eric B. They said Rakim.
Day
for sure. Eric B's cool. And then my all-time favorite
Real
band.
talk. Harry B's really he's that guy, bro.
Yeah. Jane's Addiction also nominated.
Yeah, I think all of them. That's a great list, man. That's a hell of a
nominees.
That's a hell of a how many he's gonna get in?
Just how many percentage of the vote. So it could be 0, it can be everybody.
Congratulations to all that have been nominated, and I really think all of them should be able to be inducted this season.
I actually kind of, with my sloppy handwriting, wrote Rakim, but it looked like Robin, that artist from like Sweden or something. I was like, Robin. I don't know about that, but Rakim, that's definite, man.
Oh, okay.
Speaking of Hall of Famers, Kodak Black, his Oxycontin charge has been dismissed. Remember, he got arrested for the cocaine in the car and everything like that?
Uh-huh.
Well, a court proved that it was not cocaine in the car, it was Oxycontin, which ended up saving him because Kodak Black has a prescription for Oxycontin. Therefore, clear.
All right, man.
Is that something?
That's something. Something for the good guys.
Thank goodness, man. He was prescribed to OCs, man.
You know, got to look out for my fellow Haitian.
Yeah, that's man. That's this one's not as feel good story, if you want to call it that. I don't know. A Colorado couple who owned a funeral home, they've been arrested after abandoning the bodies they were supposed to cremate and using the money to buy cars and lavish meals.
Wait,
something or nothing.
Why don't you just put they weren't putting stuff that looked like ashes to put them in the urn?
Just burning logs, bro.
You should have done something. Come on, bro.
What do you do with the bodies? Like, just go to the city dump?
Dude, just burn the bodies.
No, man, apparently it costs too much. They want to save the money for cars and lavish meals.
Lavish meals. Jeez.
An Alabama radio station has been off the air for a couple days now because someone stole their 200-foot tower broadcast.
That's something, bro. That's something.
How do you steal that?
And what did you do for the person to steal it?
Oh, we know what you can do.
No, but what did they do? Something must have happened. Somebody must have gotten fired. An engineer.
Oh, yeah, they pissed somebody.
Yeah, an engineer got fired.
Got to be careful.
And they pissed them off.
Last but not least, Vlad, a woman says she will not hang out with one of her other friends that is a lady because the other lady shamelessly belches out loud when they're in public. Something or nothing.
That's not, come on. Yeah, have some decorum.
You do have to have some home training when you're around.
You have to
me.
have some decorum. You have to have some,
I don't mind you wilding out. I don't mind you being crazy.
some respect, some manners.
Being out in front of other people.
You can't be belching, bro.
Burping and farting.
You can't be belching.
It's not funny.
So I don't
man.
mind. Listen.
It happens. Don't get me wrong.
Listen,
if it happens, it happens.
Yeah, like if it happens, if it sneaks one out, cool. But if you're doing it like rah, you take pride in it, like come on, man.
Guys and girls too, man. Like if we go out in a group of guys and one of the guys is out there burping in people's face, I'm like, take that back, man.
You know what? Because if you start burping, that means I think you'll throw up.
It's just nasty. It's just nasty, man.
It's nastiness, B.
That's just nasty. Don't be nasty.
Have some manners, man.
All right, we might have one more segment left. We might have two. I'm not exactly sure. I'll check.
Neither
with
am I.
Vlad. We're gonna check with Vlad. We're gonna check with other people. We will be back in just a few short moments here on Sports Day 5.
You're listening to WQAM Miami, WPOW HD2 Miami, WKIS HD2 Boca Raton, the home of the defending Eastern Conference champion Miami Heat, the defending Eastern Conference champion Florida Panthers, the Miami Hurricanes, and Leagues Cup champion Inter Miami CF. An Odyssey station.
Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
It's time for Sports Day. Turn it up. It's Sports Day with Dan Day.
Final segment leading you up to the Hurricanes and the Tar Heels from the Watsco Center in lovely Coral Gables, Florida. Vlad, we're going to start things off with something I like to call my heart, my wallet. We're going to run through some of the games that are going to be happening, and you're going to tell me what your heart feels, but at the same time, what your wallet feels. Sometimes they agree, sometimes they disagree. Throw this one out and see what happens. Super Bowl kicks off tomorrow, 6:30 between the Chiefs and the 49ers. Your heart says
Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs pull off the upset. Pull off the upset.
Quote
Yeah.
unquote upset. Your wallet says it's different. It's different.
Here's the thing. My wallet says Niners will win only because everybody's picking the Chiefs.
Okay.
Because I don't know if that's what the heart is saying. I really would love to. I like to see a back-to-back. Somebody do it besides the Patriots. But my wallet's saying a field goal to 2.5. But yeah. Heart says Chiefs. Wallet might be saying Niners.
I'm going to go heart and wallet. Both say Chiefs. Until you can beat them, I still think they're the man. I want the Chiefs definitely win. I hate the 49ers. Don't like anybody really. I like Brandon Ayuk a little bit and Deebo Samuel and George Kittle. Nonetheless, I don't like them very much. And the Chiefs, I still think they are the better team. And if I had to bet, I would take the Chiefs. I even think they cover. So there you go. Panthers Avalanche today. This is a big one. Amarant Bank Arena, Vamos Gato, 6 o'clock. Both teams have 32 wins on the season, basically the same records. Your heart says?
Heart says Panthers.
Wallet says?
Take the over.
Does your wallet say Panthers or Avalanche? Just straight up and winning.
Take the over in goals. Heart. You know what? Heart and wallet saying Panthers.
Okay, my heart, of course, says the Panthers. My wallet, I'm got to go with the Avalanche, man. I don't know. I just got a feeling, man. The Avalanche, they get real well put together. Heat, Celtics, tomorrow, 2 o'clock, matinee game. Your heart says?
Neither.
Okay. Your wallet, it took a while for me to figure that one out. Your wallet says?
Wallet says, what's the line?
Don't even worry about the line. Just head up, straight up, money line.
Boston.
Okay. My heart says Heat. My wallet says Celtics. I'm sorry. Call me what you want to call me. I'll say, Inter Miami, they're going to be facing Newell's Old Boys Thursday at 7:30, Drive Pink Stadium. It's a friendly. Your heart says?
My heart says Inter Miami better win.
Wallet says?
Depends on who's
Messi's playing.
But on what team? I'm just kidding.
Oh, yeah, that's true, too. He is going to go back to them after he finishes up here in Inter Miami. Mark my words. But go ahead. Right now, he's still a member of Inter Miami.
You know what? My heart says I want my Inter Miami to win. My wallet says it's going to be a draw.
Oh, man. Swerve. My heart says, no, my heart says Inter Miami. My wallet says 100% Messi plays. This ain't Hong Kong. This is Newell Old Boys. This is the team that he started with and most likely will finish with. My heart also says, my wallet says Inter Miami's going to win because Messi's going to play. Messi's going to play a lot, and therefore you have a better chance of winning. So there you go right there. Coming up in just a few minutes, Canes men's basketball team taking on third-ranked North Carolina. Both teams coming off of not such pretty losses, although there's rarely a pretty loss. Nonetheless, 4 o'clock, the pregame starting in just a couple of minutes. Vlad, your heart says?
Heart says Miami. Wallet says Carolina.
I'm exactly right there with you, man. My heart says Miami, of course. My wallet says North Carolina. Bounce back. They're a very talented team. They've beaten a lot of good teams this year. They are battle-tested. This Canes team seems to, as bad as it sounds, still kind of searching for an identity and what they can get going. But then again, The Canes' backs are kind of up against the wall. This is kind of one of those not must win, but close to as must win you need to help that resume. So don't count out the Canes. But if I have to put my wallet on the line, I'm going to go with North Carolina. So we'll see. I would say tomorrow we'll talk about, we're not going to be on tomorrow. We're going to be Super Bowling it up, but we'll see how our hearts and our wallets turned out. But nonetheless, there you go. A little heart says, wallet says. Super Bowl, man, it's getting closer and closer. Usher going to be absolutely wonderful. My heart and my wallet are on Usher right there, man. That is going to be a show at halftime. Vlad, what are you doing for the Super Bowl? Anything sweet? Nope.
Going to a party that I was invited to before your party.
That's okay. No, I'm not getting into that, man.
So, but other than that, that's it, man. The fact that what's good for down here is the fact that as the Celtics Heat game kind of leads you right into the you could watch 90 minutes or 2 hours the pregame. It's not like you have to be stuck watching 4 to 6 hours of everybody's pregame show.
Although I do kind of like watching those hours and hours, because you can kind of ebb and flow. You can kind of morass through the room, watch a little bit, go somewhere.
I just know this Sunday night in Vegas is gonna be lit.
I mean, I'm sure right now it's lit, man.
No,
Vegas is always
Sunday night. Like, I mean, you gotta understand those ESPN people, those NFL Network people, the CBS people who's working all effing day, who's worked all week, putting like they've been working 8 to 12 hours. After that game is over, they get a meal, they freshen up. That's it. They're gonna go wild out because
full of cash.
Wild out. You wild out.
Only night out in Vegas, man. If I'm in Vegas right now, Vlad, I mean, I'm gonna be as honest as I can be with you. I'm been drinking for the past couple of days, but I'm starting to really, really feel the Vegas lifestyle right now. Like, this is it. Your go time. You're a little more than 24 hours out. This is maybe your last real night in town before this, because maybe after the Super Bowl, you're going to be out living it. Maybe you're not. I'm starting to really, really, really feel Vegas right now. If I'm in Vegas, living the life. I mean, it's time. It's go time, Vlad.
You damn right.
I mean, yeah, this is it. This is the fourth quarter push. I got a lot of interesting stuff going on. I think I kind of think I know how the rest of my weekend is going to go. Of course, you and I once again are not going to be on tomorrow, at least that we know of. Not going to be on tomorrow because they're going to have the Heat game, the pregame, the postgame, then they're going to have Super Bowl coverage, which is great. I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to go to Jensen's liquor store right around the corner. I'm going to get myself some stuff from the store because, you got to get the weekend going right. I haven't had a drink in a while, man. It's been one of those weeks. It's just the timing and everything's been wrong. So Jensen's going to get a hefty donation from me or whatever you want to call it. Tonight in my neighborhood at the Miami Beach Band Shell, North Beach Band Shell, whatever you want to call it, a local band, which supposedly I'm supposed to know about, but I've asked everyone from Miami if they know who they are, and they don't. Maybe you can text in 305-567-0560, or you can jump on the Twitch page or the YouTube page. Let me know if you've heard of them. Their name is Locos por Juana. They're a local band that plays like Latin music, but they're doing a Bob Marley tribute. Of course, a big Bob Marley movie coming out on Wednesday. Abstain, Vlad. It's Valentine's Day. It's also Ash Wednesday. So they're going to be doing a tribute to Bob Marley. I'm going to just walk down there, drink a couple of prestiges and check out the concert, and then I'm off tomorrow. So I might run down to South Beach in the morning, do a little 2-for-1 at Max Club Deuce. I know RVA Richie knows about the Deuce. Have a couple 2-for-1s at the Deuce, maybe get a little something to eat at News Cafe right there on Ocean Drive. Then I'm going to come home and go hang out with my dudes Giuseppe and Nathan. And this is what I want to talk about, Vlad. So this is my plan. I'm bringing to the party one of those little mini kegs of Dos Equis, which, if you think about it, is a good deal. It says there's a little, mini keg. They have the pump on it and everything. I don't have to buy pumps and give. So I'm bringing a little mini keg of Dos Equis. They say 19 pints of beer is in one of those little mini kegs. Total cost before tax, $25. Now, if you think about it, that's a really good deal. $26 for, or let's say with tax, $30 for 19 pints of beer. Can't get that anywhere. That's a great deal. Here's what's the problem. I'm going to get to the party, and there's going to be a few of us there, and I'm going to tell Giuseppe and Nathan, hey, man, look what I brought. Some girl, I don't drink beer, but that looks cool. They're going to taste it and be like, oh, my God, I didn't know I liked beer, because it's draft beer. It's Dos Equis. It's smooth. It comes in a cool carrying container. All of a sudden, a girl that never drinks beer and hates beer drinks a Dos Equis. That's 1 pint down. Then she's going to go, I actually like that. I think I'm going to have another. Okay. Some guy that brings whiskey. Oh, I never had that. Oh, this is pretty good. I don't like beer, but that's pretty good. Next thing you know, you get nickel and dimed out of like 10 pints, and now you end up drinking like 3 or 4 pints out of a 19-pint keg. It's going to happen. It's going to happen because it's smooth.
It's always going to happen, bro.
It's smooth. And I don't mind a beer drinker being like, oh, hell yeah, man. Can I get a Dos Equis from you? Cool. It's the people that don't drink beer, don't like beer, but because it's smooth and it's in a cool container, whatever container, and it's not heavy beer, they're going to love it and they're going to drink it. And like I said, there's going to be this girl or some guy who doesn't like beer that's going to end up drinking like 2 or 3 pints because it's smooth and cold and crisp. I'm out a couple pints.
You messed up there, bro.
And I mean, I'm not going to go to the girl, yo, let me get one of your.
No, that'd be nasty.
I don't, whatever they're drinking. And the guy.
What, White Claw? You don't want a White Claw.
I mean, like, I don't mind a White Claw, but like, that's kind of nasty as
Dude,
a guy being like, excuse me.
If there's any White Claws tomorrow,
but I mean,
I
like,
might walk out.
What type of dude would I be? Like, yo, since you've gotten like 3 pints from me, can I grab one of these blackberry White Claws from you? That'd be. My mom, Big Lynn raised me better than that. And then the dude's drinking this high-end whiskey or whatever he might be drinking. I'm not going to be like, yo, let me get a shot of that. Because then he's going to try to tell me, well, you have to taste the notes on the whiskey. I was like, I just want to take a shot of whiskey, bro. Like, you're wolfing down these pints like they're water. I just want some type of return. Well, this is a whiskey that I bought at I was like, no, I don't need the baby story on the whiskey. So that's going to happen to me tomorrow. And I'm going to end up being partially drunk, watching the whole game, which maybe in the hindsight is a good thing, but that's gonna happen.
Tomorrow's gonna be a weird day. A lot of ladies gonna be talking. They're not only gonna be watching for the commercials, but obviously they're gonna be watching for Telsey.
This is one of the most women-friendly Super Bowls we have in a long time.
Yes.
You've got Taylor Swift, you got Travis Kelce, you've got Usher performing at halftime, you got the commercials. I always expect the commercials to be good and entertaining.
Meh.
I'm bringing a mini keg of Dos Equis, which
That's
we know
always
is smooth
good
and easy.
That's always good. I'm bringing herbal essence.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I don't know what shampoo has to do with any of that, but nonetheless, you bring what you bring to a party.
Well, no, it's not shampoo, but it does things to your head.
Okay. Well, yeah. Well, Giuseppe and I might team up and bring in some rum and Coke, in case you don't want to drink beer, in case you don't want to drink my beer.
Now you're saying rum and rum and the soda Coke?
So I don't want people drinking all my Dos Equis. And then, maybe some deep breaths here and there. I don't know. We'll just kind of take it as it comes.
Deep breaths. It's turning weird. Deep breaths. So who you got?
I got you, man. I told you my heart and my wallet are with Kansas City. And I think
you got a score?
I think they win by, I think the final score is going to be 30-24.
27-21.
27. The Super Bowl nowadays.
Actually, you know what? 27-20.
When we grew up, the Super Bowl used to be blowouts and they were nasty and ugly. Now they put so much pressure on these teams, and these teams are so talented and good that there's not that much parity. Super Bowls always seem to be close these days.
That's why. Don't you think my idea would be great? Be the greatest reality show ever.
We're going to off the losing head coach.
Streets need a body, bro. Streets need a body.
I mean, the term has become literal for you, Vlad.
But listen, I've always had this before this. The streets need a body. Shout out to Power, 50 Cent, Booker King, and all that.
Yes, please do not credit.
I'm definitely giving credit. That's where I got the line from. I didn't come up with that genius. Come on, I come up with other genius stuff. But nonetheless, wouldn't you have more interest in a game if you know that the losing coach is just done?
Vlad, if I know death is on the line, I'm very much into it.
Of course. Could you imagine a field goal and he loses?
That's what I'm saying. That's not a team loss right there. That is not a team loss. If I'm like a defender or a quarterback, I'm like, not a team loss. That's on him. That's him. You sure sold your teammate out. He sold our coach out.
That'd be great, bro. You know, like they really love the coach and listen to the coach and the whole nine.
Yeah, or somebody drops a wide open touchdown pass at the end of the game.
Oh, man.
You did that man dirty. Oh. Now, of course, what we're really hoping on the more positive side is that the reality show ends up being the case.
Yeah, man.
The Super Bowl. Travis Kelce asks Taylor Swift to marry him. She says yes. I win my 3-way parlay. And then the cameras follow them to a local, whatever you call it, Elvis marriage place, and they get married live on post-game TV. Wow. I'll say it, Vlad, the greatest moment in television history. There's nothing better than that.
You really think that?
What could compare to that? Janet Jackson Nipplegate? No.
Oh, that was great.
But it's not better than that. Now, if they take it a step further, and then that's the greatest moment in history.
Why, they go rated R superstar on us? Like they do an Edge and Lita right there on the Super Bowl podium?
Consummate the marriage.
Before they get married?
No, they consummate after the marriage. After they say yes, the cameras don't shut off. They just keep following them all the way back to
you just want to do like a 24/7 like Super Bowl.
Turn it into the Truman Show.
Listen,
turn it into the Truman Show.
You know what?
What's going on?
Listen. You talking about ratings generator? If you
Who's turning that off?
if you follow her after her concert right now,
she's in Japan trying to fly back here.
She's flying back right now. Our concert might have ended already.
It ended. Yes,
it ended. So she probably on her way right now.
It's odd that I'm following this story.
She's on her way right now to Las Vegas from Japan. If they followed her right now, and you have video footage, like live look in her right now in the plane, her private jet, and then she lands, and he's getting ready. Boom, boom, boom. He plays. You get all the inside the NFL stuff. You get her in the suite, and then all of a sudden they win. He proposed. She says yes. He's like, "Let's do it now." Jason goes crazy. Jason's the best man. And then they just go to a drive-through chapel.
Beautiful.
Elvis marries them.
Storybook wedding.
That's a beautiful wedding.
God bless America.
That's beautiful, man.
Let's go.
And then they go to Sapphires.
Okay.
You got to go to Sapphires. Or Spearmint.
Did you get steak and eggs? I don't know what that means. All right, Vlad. Well, enjoy the Super Bowl.
You too, buddy.
We'll be back next week, I'm guessing, most likely. Yes, we will be back next week, Saturday and Sunday.
Sometime.
Till then, you have been watching Sports Day on 560 WQAM.
Later, fools.
WQAM broadcasting live from the